And good evening. Welcome out here to Albany as we get ready for high school football action tonight here on Albany TV. We are in week number 7 here at high school football action here in the state of Missouri. And it's a matchup in the Grand River Conference West tonight here on Albany TV for Albany's homecoming. It's a matchup between the 6-0 Albany Warriors and the 1-5 Stanberry Bulldogs. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors help you bring you tonight's action tonight here on Albany TV. The BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center, Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North, the Home Lumber Company in Albany, and the Albany Hy-Vee. Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany, United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. Schultz Convenience Store along with Johnson Controls, the Briar Patch on the west side of the square in Albany, Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany, and Sublime Flamingo Boutique LLC on the square in Albany. East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center in Albany, along with Papa's Family Restaurant, Shadowfax on 136 in Albany, Brown Plumbing, the City of Albany, Mosaic Medical Center, Williams Construction, the Albany Booster Club, the Albany and Stanberry School Districts, and the Printery New Shopper located in Albany. Also like to thank our family sponsors, the Tom and Rhonda Schneider family, the Donnie and Nancy Stevens family, the Dustin Trimble and Missy Martin family for their favorite senior, Chad Dale. The Ryan and Heather Locklear family for their favorite senior, Kaylee Locklear. The Bush Pilots, the family of Brent and Vicky Klein. Tara, Brad, and Cole Emerson for Kyle Emerson. And Randy and Cindy Klein want to wish the Warriors the best of luck this year. Remember, tonight's pregame is brought to you by BTC Bank. BTC Bank, community-minded, just like you. And for tonight, a part of our BTC Bank pregame, we are going to have the homecoming court announced during our pregame. We'll let the public address announcer Derek Brown take that on here in just a moment. But it looks to be a fun night here for Homecoming 2024 here for the Warriors. A beautiful, beautiful day here for Homecoming with the parade and everything else going on. 78 degrees currently here at 6:30. Temperature will start to fall, be about 75 degrees at kickoff. And about 9 o'clock, it'll be just below 70 at about 69 degrees. But great weather here for football, especially in mid-October. Here's Derek Brown with the announcement of the 2024 Fall Homecoming Royalty.
Specific holiday theme. Tuesday was PJ Day, waking up in a warrior wonderland, representing the Christmas holiday. Wednesday, Red, White, and Blue Day, show your patriotic spirit for the 4th of July. Thursday, the countdown to a warrior victory is on. Dress up in your sparkles and finest party clothes for New Year's Eve. And Friday, the luck is with the Warriors. Wear your green and white, representing St. Patrick's Day. The coronation took place on Wednesday evening at the Variety Show at the high school. The King, Queen, and Court rode in the parade this afternoon. And now it is my pleasure to introduce the 2024 Homecoming Queen and her court. The freshman attendants are Mackenzie Bass and Darren Anthony. Mackenzie is the daughter of Mark Brass and Betty Brass. She is a member of the Lady Warriors softball and cheer team. Mackenzie plans to attend college and become a pediatrician. Dylan is the son of Eldon and Valerie Anthony. Dylan is a member of the Warrior football and wrestling teams. After graduation, Dylan plans to attend college. Mackenzie is being escorted by her parents. The sophomore attendants are Izzy Mandel and Porter Reynolds. Izzy is the daughter of Paul and Jody Glendinning and John Mandel. She is a member of the Warrior Cheer Squad, softball, and golf teams. Izzy plans to attend the University of Missouri and major in marketing after graduation. Porter is the son of John and Allison Reynolds. He is a member of the Warrior football and baseball teams. After high school, Porter plans to attend college and become a diesel mechanic. Izzy is being escorted by her parents. The junior attendants are Warren Hogg and Gonzalo Pelija. Lauren is the daughter of Jake and Angie Hogg. She is a member of the Warrior Cheer Squad. After high school, Lauren plans to attend Missouri to become a physical therapist. Gonzalo is the host son of Curtis and Courtney Smith, who is visiting as an exchange student from Spain. He's a member of the Warrior football team. Gonzalo's future plans are to attend college. Lauren is being escorted by her parents. The first senior attendants are Alan Campbell and Chase Klein. Alan is the daughter of Joel and Janae Browning. Alan is a member of the Lady Warrior golf team. She is also the senior representative for Student Council. After graduation, Alan plans to attend college and major in elementary education. Chase is the son of Brent and Vicky Klein. He is a member of the Warrior football, basketball, and baseball teams. Chase plans to become a lineman after graduation. Adeline is being escorted by her parents. The second senior attendants are Nora Schausch and Andrew Wiles. Nora is the daughter of Nikki and James Schausch. Nora is a member of NHS, is the student council vice president, wrestling manager, and is a member of the track team. Nora plans to attend the University of Missouri and become a physical trainer. Andrew is the son of Ashley Wiles and the late Andy Wiles. He is a member of the Warrior football, wrestling, and track teams. He is a member of NHS and is a senior class student council representative. After graduating high school, Andrew plans to become a pilot. Laura is being escorted by her parents. In the 2024 AHS Homecoming Queen and King are Ava Schiffler and Seth Miller. Ava is the daughter of Clay and Valerie Schiffler. Ava is a member of the Lady Golf Team, NHS, and is the FFA chapter president and senior class president. After high school, Ava plans to attend a degree in ag business and become a line officer. Seth is the son of Bob and Ashley Miller. Seth is on the Warrior football, track, and golf teams. Seth's a member of NHS and is the AHS Student Council President. After graduation, he plans to attend the University of Missouri and get a degree in health administration. Ava is being escorted by her parents. Our crown bearers are Allison Lovis and Levi Ruckman. Allison is the daughter of Jared and Jessica Lovis. She is a member of Mrs. Crawford's kindergarten class, and Addison's future plans are to become a princess. Levi is the son of Pace and Allie Ruckman. He is a member of Mrs. Crawford's kindergarten class. And Levi's future plans is to become a hunter scientist. Congratulations to the 2024 Homecoming King, William and Loyalty. Thank you to the students, staff, and community for making this a successful homecoming. The results from the homecoming competitions will be announced during halftime.
So again, that is your homecoming royalty. We are going to have another quick little presentation before here in just a moment, courtesy of BTC Bank, but we're going to let the royalty take some pictures here on the field first. So they will take some pictures, and then we will have a presentation by BTC Bank. But let's welcome in our color commentator for the night, and Brett Williams. And Brett, tonight it's a matchup between a 6-0 Warrior team and a 1-5 Bulldog team out of Stanberry. And the big thing, you look at both teams, Albany kind of at the moment is in one of their spots. Whenever Albany first joined the 8-man ranks, Stanberry was up at the top going to the state championship every year. And Albany, there really has only had a couple of years of really good success. They've had 2 seasons of 6-0, and week number 7 is the weeks that usually stop them from finishing a perfect season. A couple of years ago, they played North Andrew here on this field. If you remember correctly, it was a really great play by North Andrew on a 4th and long that may or may not have been a catch, but that was also the year of, I believe, COVID, or was not COVID, but there was something that happened with districts, and Warriors couldn't come up with anything. But this year, and then the other year was the first year that the Warriors were an 8-man, and in week number 7, they had to take on a Stanberry Bulldog team that would go on and play in the state championship and lose to North Andrew, but a really good Stanberry team. So Warriors looking to go to 7-0 for the first time here tonight and do it against the Stanberry Bulldog team. But we're going to go ahead and take a quick timeout. We'll get back to you, Brett, here in just a second, as we're going to have a presentation here by BTC Bank.
At this time, we'll have a special presentation of a giant check made out to the Albany R3 School District. BTC Bank offers customers a special way to support our local schools through their mascot debit card program. Every time someone chooses and swipes a mascot card, 7.5 cents per swipe is donated back to the school featured on the card. Thanks to the support of our community members who chose the Albany Warrior mascot debit card, BTC Bank is presenting a donation of $11,134 to Albany R3 tonight. Thank you to BTC Bank, and thank you for your continued support for our schools.
So, all right, again, BTC Bank, again, donating $11,144 to the Albany School District. Again, that is from those mascot debit cards that you'll hear about during tonight's game, a part of the BTC Bank ad. Every time you swipe that, 7.5 cents goes back to your supporting school, and Albany gets that donation. Now, Brett, we were talking right before that, Warriors looking for 7-0, going up against the Stanberry Bulldog team, a little depleted here tonight. They have had some injuries, but again, it's still Stanberry. They still have that winning tradition program the past couple of seasons, past almost decade, really. So the Warriors are going to have to try and get over this hurdle if they want to move to 7-0 for the first time this year.
Yeah, it's almost a little bit poetic, and of course it's been several years now, but you alluded to it. Albany's first couple years in 8-man, they were really one of the better teams in the state, but they just kind of ran into that that juggernaut, those juggernaut Stanberry teams that nobody could beat. And of course they had that year where they didn't lose a single game in football or basketball. But now, almost a decade later, Albany, one of the better teams in the state. Stanberry kind of laboring into this one, 1-5. They'll be without their star running back Tristan Williams, who really is one of the playmakers on that offense. So if you just look at this game from a pure roster standpoint, it's hard to see where Stanberry is going to get their offense from. Of course, last week they really didn't have anything going for them last week after Williams went out. And, of course, Albany last week scored 96 points, the most they've ever scored in 8-man football. So their offense was really humming last week and appears to be really hitting their stride as we head into this season. And, of course, it's the same players that they've been riding all season long. It starts with Elliott Mercer in the run game, but they also have running ability from Chase Klein, and then, of course, the deep ball threat of Kyle Emerson. And then they got some lesser-known playmakers, but still play a big role in this team. As Trevor Akins, who I believe is going to be back in the lineup tonight in his role. And the Warriors, they should be feeling confident coming into this game. Of course, it is homecoming week. Homecoming can be a blessing or a curse. It can really get you hyped up and ready to play, or it can be a distraction. So we'll see how the Warriors come out. But, yeah, they're looking for their best start in school history in 8-man football. So a lot on the line for the Warriors and a great opportunity to really make some Albany history.
And we'll see if they can do that. We'll be back in just a moment. We're going to have a chat with the head coach of the Warriors and Doug Fountain, a part of our BTC Bank pregame, and then we'll get set for our Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups and tonight's national anthem. We'll be back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank school mascot debit card. Choose the card that fits your favorite local school, and you can earn that school extra cash. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account. Visit one of BTC Bank locations and get your school mascot debit card today, where they can instantly issue your new card. BTC Bank, community-minded just like you. Member FDIC.
Community-minded just like you. BTC Bank.
Have you looked at Petty John Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Petty John Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
And welcome back into the BTC Bank pregame. We're here and joined with the Albany head coach, Doug Fountain. And Coach, your team is coming off a 96-46 victory last week over Princeton. Your team put up 575 yards of offense in just 41 snaps, an average of 14 yards per play. What do you attribute your offensive success last week to?
Well, the kids executed at a high level. Everyone did their job and functioned collectively. Did a really good job up front, I felt. Backs ran hard, and a number of different guys got carries. Explosive in the pass game and got some shots downfield. So, a pretty balanced effort.
And then your team gave up its second highest score last week to Princeton. What defensively did your team work on this week that you noticed needed some extra attention after last week?
Yeah, we were pretty inconsistent on that side of the ball, and a little bit of it, some portion of it was Princeton's pretty talented with the ball in their hands, and they do a good job in what they do. And then even when they weren't functioning, we were dysfunctioning on the defensive side. And it was never just one thing, but we got some things we need to get better at. Run fits need to be much better. Technique at the point of attack's got to be a lot better. Seeing the ball in the air and reacting to it's got to be a lot of things to work on. It wasn't all bad, and things are never as good as they seem or as bad as they seem. There were some snaps where we did our job and it showed. But when you have that many snaps where you don't do your job and we're not all doing our job at the same time, then a talented team can put up points on you.
And then this week is homecoming week, and after our chats the past couple of years, we talk about how the week kind of revolves around the football game and how a win or loss can affect the whole mood of homecoming. How do you keep your team focused during a week full of distractions?
Homecoming is a great thing to link community and school and alumni, and it's a good thing to be a part of. The kids need to enjoy it, but priorities have to be straight, and there ain't no homecoming without a football game. And so, enjoy all the stuff and make sure our priorities are right, and we get better each day in practice, and our kids have done that.
And then this week is not only homecoming but also a rivalry week as you face a very familiar conference and county foe in Stanberry. Even with Stanberry's not so stellar record this year, this team and coaching staff are very familiar with you and the players. Do you try to add something or do some things differently when playing an opponent that is extremely familiar?
We just try to execute our game plan. We'll always have maybe wrinkles and answers for things that we think we'll encounter. But they're a well-coached team. They play extremely hard. They're always where they need to be, and it'll be a battle.
All right. Well, Coach, thanks again for joining us this week as a part of our BTC Bank pregame. We'll be back with tonight's national anthem and Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups in just a moment.
Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is here to help you with all of your DIY projects. Whether you're doing a home remodel, some repair work, a painting job, or a plumbing job, Hogue Lumber Company's dedicated staff can help you get the materials that you need to do the job right. Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is your trusted hometown hardware store and lumber yard for more than 4 decades. If you are in the market of buying or selling your home, farm, or hunting property, contact Tammy Wynn Siddons of United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy and the entire team of agents at United Country Nelson Real Estate in Gentry, Harrison, Mercer, Worth, and Davies counties can help you find the right property for your needs. Call Tammy Wynn Siddons today to buy or sell your property at 660-726-8104. Check out all of United Country Nelson Real Estate's current listings at nelsonsoldit.com. If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits: medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team.
Schultz Convenience Store on 136 in Albany has everything you need to keep you running. Schultz has coffee and gas to get you moving in the morning, fountain pop, sandwiches, and Champ's Chicken to fuel your lunchtime hunger. They also carry candy and ice cream to keep you awake during the afternoon. At night, Schultz adult beverages and scratchers to help you unwind. That's Schultz Convenience Store in Albany, where they can fuel you up in more ways than one.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Rainbow Stress Sports Complex at E.C. Smith Field for this old school GRC West matchup between the visiting Stanberry Bulldogs and your Albany Warriors. At this time, please rise, remember your hats, and face the flag at the south end of the bleachers for the playing of our national anthem by the Warrior Pride Marching Band.
It's time for your Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Hogue Lumber Company. Before you start your next project, stop in and talk to the experts at Hogue Lumber Company in Albany, Missouri. Here's public address announcer Derek Brown with tonight's Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups.
On the line, number 22, Calvin Smithson, 6'2", 185-pound senior. On the line, number 28, Cooper Adcock, 6'1", 170-pound senior. On the line, number 56, Luke Fitz, 5'8", 235-pound freshman. At linebacker, number 4, Vincent Smithson, 5'5", 110-pound junior. At linebacker number 7, Braden Dallas, 6', 135-pound junior. And at linebacker number 12, Aiden Graham, 6'3", 165-pound sophomore. At defensive back number 8, Corbin McLean, 6', 150-pound senior. And at defensive back number 23, Jeffrey Harvey, 5'7", 165-pound senior. The Bulldogs are coached by Shane Hilton, assisted by Jeffrey Maloney, Jay McMillan, and Chris Vandraska. And now the starting offense for the Albany Warriors on the line, number 11, Andrew Wild. 180-pound senior. On the line, number 56, Shane Miller. On the line, number 64, Seth Miller. 280-pound senior. At tight end, number 18, Zane Rippey. 6'180-pound senior. At wide receiver, number 3, Kyle Emerson. 5'9", senior. At running back, number 6, Cameron Martin. 160-pound senior. And running back number 10, Elliot Mercer. 180-pound sophomore. And at quarterback number 12, Chase Klein. 6'160-pound senior. The Warriors are coached by Doug Trout, assisted by Will Hamilton, Jake Nichols, and Bryant Davis.
So again, those are tonight's Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups here for Stanberry and Albany. Let's go ahead and give you the starting offense as well for the Bulldogs. At quarterback, getting the start tonight will be the freshman, Drew Parman. Also getting the start tonight at running back is the senior Cooper Adcock. Also getting the start at running back and tight end is the senior Decker Heidi. Getting the start tonight at tight end is the sophomore Aiden Graham. On the offensive line tonight for the Bulldogs, it'll be the senior Calvin Smithson, along with the sophomore Connor Kehoe and the freshman Thor Cameron. Also getting the start tonight at tight end for Stanberry is the junior Vincent Smithson. Starting defense tonight for the Warriors at defensive back will be the senior Kyle Emerson, along with defensive back Cameron Martin. On the defensive line, it'll be the sophomore Elliot Mercer, along with senior Seth Miller and senior Zane Rippey. At linebacker tonight, it'll be the senior Andrew Wiles and senior Chase Klein. Again, those are tonight's Hogue Lumber Company starting lineups. We'll be back in just a moment as we're almost set for our Smith Prudential Financial kickoff. That's coming up for you next here on Albany TV. The Briar Patch on the west side of the square in Albany has gifts for every occasion. The Briar Patch can help you with fresh flowers, green plants, candles, willow tree angels, customized cups, and so much more. They also deliver your gift items. Don't forget, the Briar Patch also features tuxedo rentals for all occasions. To schedule a fitting for your tux or to order your one-of-a-kind gifts, call the Briar Patch on the square in Albany at 660-726-4170. East Fork Lodge and Ranch is tucked away in the solitude of over 1,000 private acres of rolling hills with beautiful fields just north of Albany. East Fork Lodge is complete with 9 private suites and 3 private cabins. Amenities include a shared kitchen, grill, coffee stations, fire pit, fishing pond, and movie theater. Property is also home to a quaint antique store open to the public. You are sure to feel at home when staying at East Fork Lodge. The lodge is perfect for weekend getaways, family reunions, corporate retreats, weddings, family vacations, and hunting trips. Email Jamie at eastforklodge.com or visit the website at eastforklodge.com for more information on East Fork Lodge and Ranch. Whether you are hungry for a burger, steak, fish, Mexican, or fresh salad bar, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany has it all. Papa's also has daily lunch specials with the lunch buffet on Wednesdays. Make sure you leave room for dessert though, because you shouldn't leave without trying some of Christie's homemade pies, cookies, or other goodies. For a delicious meal at a great price and an even better atmosphere, you have to head to Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany.
In life, as in football, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance. Someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy.
To get started, contact Nick Smith, a financial advisor with Prudential at 660-726-3396.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as we get set for our Smith Prudential Financial kickoff. Both teams at midfield for the opening tip, our coin flip here to start the game. You can remember tonight's pregame brought to you by BTC Bank. BTC Bank, community-minded, just like you. So it looks like Stanberry will win the toss, and they will elect to receive the football. They will move from left to right on your screen. Albany will kick off from right to left. So as we get started, remember, this opening kickoff is brought to you by Smith Prudential Financial. Kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
Well, we saw the Warriors defensively have a pretty subpar outing against Princeton. Princeton did a really nice job of exploiting a weakness in the secondary of the Warriors. They could really pass the ball effectively. Don't really see Stanberry being able to pass the ball as effectively as Princeton, and maybe not at all. So they're really going to have to win the battle of the trenches, Stanberry is, to try and get this offense going, and plus their starting running back won't be playing tonight. So it's going to be an uphill battle for Stanberry for sure, but they're going to get the ball first, and they're going to get a chance to try and set the tone early and send a message, and we'll see here if they can do it.
Decker Heidi will be back deep to receive the kickoff. He's back inside his own 15-yard line. Set to kick off. Here is Jace Palmer here for Albany. And here is your Smith Prudential Financial kickoff. It's going to be a low kick that is going to be picked up by Heidi at his own 22-yard line. Looking for room quickly. He's hit immediately by Kyle Emerson as soon as he crosses the 25. And I believe they're going to stop forward progress at about the 28-yard line.
So big defensive opportunity here for the Warriors. Pretty big crowd tonight, which is expected for homecoming. If they can get a quick 3 and out here, maybe a sack, a tackle for loss, really get this crowd involved, get that home field advantage cooking early, that would be great for the Warriors.
So Stanberry will start out on offense. Again, on the line, it'll be Calvin Smith and Connor Kehoe, Thor Cameron at tight end. Aiden Graham and Vincent Smithson, running backs, Cooper Adcock, Decker Heidi, quarterback, Drew Parman. In motion is Heidi. And it's going to be a quick handoff to Adcock up the middle. And he's going to be stopped after a moderate gain of about 5 yards up to the 33-yard line. As Wiles in on the stop that time for the Warriors. And it brings up a 2nd and 5 here for the Bulldogs. Underneath center again. Looking to throw. It's going to be a little quick pass out to the left. Heidi trying to cut back to the middle of the field. And he is going to lose a couple of yards back to the 30. Caught that back at the original line of scrimmage, so it was at least able to pick up a couple of yards, but ends up losing 3 on the play on the quick pass out to the left.
Well, and Stanberry's probably going to have to do some quick passes in this one. They can't get too one-dimensional against this defensive line that's been really good for the Warriors all season long. They're going to have to do some quick passes, get the ball out of the quarterback's hands early, try and basically make the short passing game an extension of the run game just to try and mix things up a little bit if they're not going to try and pass deep.
Parman looking to pass yet again. Here comes the pressure from the Warriors. Elliott Mercer knocks him down, but just as Parman gets rid of it, as we talked about that, Mercer comes into the game second in sacks in 8-man football.
Yeah, he's a really good running back for the Warriors, but he makes a huge impact on defense as well. He's involved in a ton of tackles. He gets in the backfield constantly and able to disrupt that passing play and make sure that pass was incomplete.
I believe it's McQuinn that will, it's Dias that will punt. It'll take an Albany bounce at the 31-yard line. Rolls back to about the 32 and rolls out of bounds in Albany territory. They're going to put it down at the 31.
Well, part one's complete for the Warriors. They got that quick 3 and out. Now they're coming out for their first offensive drive, and it's imperative if they are able to get another quick strike. Actually, we had a penalty, and it's going to be holding on the Warriors. So they'll get a little bit worse field position, but still a point remains that if they can punch Stanberry in the mouth on offense too, that will be just about as good of a start as you could ask for in this one.
Also, remember, don't fumble the punt on your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. So the hold is going to push them back to the 21-yard line here, and that's where the Warriors will start their first drive here of the night. Said it last week for the Warriors, it was a lot of offense quickly for the Warriors. And on a 1st and 10, it'll be a handoff to Mercer. Loses the football, and it looks like Stanberry's going to pick it up. And Mercer, a little slow to get up after the play as well. And double bad for the Warriors here. As we're going to take a quick Petty John Almost Center timeout. We'll be back in just a moment here on Albany TV.
No job is too big or too small for the professionals at Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. With over 100 years of combined experience with auto body, they offer the reliability and prompt service by using the latest in technology to get your vehicle back on the road. Raymond Smith Body Shop is also a complete wrecker service as well as glass repair and body work. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. They're prepared to get you in and out and back on the road. See them today on Highway 136 East in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop. They're there to serve you. Sublime Flamingo Boutique is now your full-service homecoming, prom, and special occasion dress destination. Drop in on Saturday from 10 to 1 to browse our selection of short dresses or schedule a formal gown appointment for an unforgettable session tailored just for you. Sublime Flamingo has hundreds of dresses in stock. Drop in, find us on Facebook, visit SublimeFlamingoBoutique.com, or call 660-851-1122 to start your journey to your perfect dress.
Elliott Mercer gets up and gets a little bit of help getting off the field, but Stanberry will take this snap, and it's going to be a handoff to Heidi up the middle, and he's going to rush this down inside the 20-yard line, down to the 19.
Well, all you can hope for if you're a Warrior fan is that Elliott Mercer's all right, because that would be a huge loss for him, not only in this game but in the entire season. But regardless of that, the defense has got to make a play here. They're up against it.
So, yeah, not only did they have the injury, but they also had the I don't know, they're talking about something being on the field or something, but referee stopped play for a moment. They'll go back with Parman underneath center here for the Bulldogs. Handoff again to Heidi, trying to sneak through a small hole, and he'll take it down to the 15-yard line. That's going to be enough for a Stanberry first down. So we were talking there for Albany, not only you have to worry about the injury there to Mercer, but You also have that they lost the football, so all the momentum that Albany had went straight to that Stanberry sideline on just that one play after the 4 and out by the Bulldogs. Parman again underneath center. Snap, hand off to the right to Heidi, and he's going to be taken down. And he's going to pick up a yard there on the play down to the 14. They're going to put him down to the 13, a gain of 2 as Klein in on the stop that time for the Warriors.
Yeah, exactly what you said is what I was just thinking about. The Warriors looked good on the first defensive play, or first defensive drive, but now they have to come right back out on the field and do it again. And that's a really tough thing to do psychologically because he just got off the field and now you got to come back out. So it's tough. It's going to be tough for him.
Parman again, hand off to Heidi up the middle. He's going to be thrown down inside the 10-yard line. And Heidi will be down at the 9 for a rush there of about 4 yards. And it'll bring up about a 3rd and 4 here for the Bulldogs. 8:49 left to play here in this first quarter, still scoreless. Parman hands off this one to Adcock, the fullback. And he's going to get down inside the 5-yard line, down to the 4, and that should be enough for another first down here for the Bulldogs. And they'll bring up a 1st and goal.
Well, and Mercer being out, it's big on offense, but it's big on defense too. He was the one that got that 3rd down stop, and he's made plays in the defensive side of the ball all season long. So that's a major loss for him on offense and defense.
Parman again under center. And it's a botched snap or a botched handoff there to Heidi.
I think the Warriors might have got it.
Who fell on it. And it looks like Heidi is able to recover it himself. And it will be a loss of about a yard there on the play.
Fortunate for the Bulldogs there. That bounced right back up to Heidi. I thought Seth Miller might have fell on it, but not quite there. But still, one play less for the Warriors. That's just as good as a stop, so that they'll for sure take it.
I formation yet again for the Bulldogs. Parman hands off to Heidi, trying to bounce it to the outside, and he's going to escape one tackle, gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Well, Heidi, it's an old football adage, but low man wins there, and Decker Heidi got his shoulder pads low, and Albany Warriors tried to tackle him around the shoulder pads, and that's not going to work, especially in a close down a distance like this, and Heidi got just enough to get into the end zone, and the Bulldogs strike first.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, in the Litchfield United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy wins Siddons, and the 2-point conversion to Adcock. And he is going to be kept out of the end zone. 2-point conversion, no good. Stanberry leads 6-0, 7:37 left to play here in the first quarter. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Brown Plumbing in Albany is the oldest family-owned business in Gentry County. This means that not only do they know you, but you know them. For plumbing or heating and air service that you have already trusted for years, call Brown Plumbing today at 660-726-5716. That's 660-726-5716. Brown Plumbing in Albany, your trusted plumber.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. 7:37 left to play in this opening quarter. 6-0. Stanberry with the lead. And kicking off here will be the Bulldogs. Remember, kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. And kicking off here for the Bulldogs is Ellie Dias. As Emerson back deep. Little onside kick, takes a nasty bounce, but Warriors will recover on their own 35-yard line. And there to snag it is Jace Palmer.
Bad bounce there by the Warriors, but luckily Palmer was there to back it up. Mercer on the sideline got taped up, and he's just put his cleat back on. Looks like he's preparing to go back into the game, but he won't be in for the first play. So we'll see how many plays he's off, but I think he's about to go back in the game.
Yeah, having a chat with assistant coach Glenn Hamilton to see if he's okay and if he's ready to get back in. Warriors will take the snap here with Klein in the shotgun. And it's going to be a handoff up the middle here to Cameron Martin as he'll take it down to about the 38-yard line. And that is where they will mark him down. Aiden Graham on the stop that time for the Bulldogs. And The Warriors do have Trevor Akins back tonight. He is suited up, but don't know how much action he will see. He's been out the last 3 weeks, also dealt with some sickness this week, so uncertain how much action he will see. So it's Keegan Schaefer and Cameron Martin in the backfield here with Klein. Klein fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, rushes across midfield, and will get into Stanberry territory at the 39-yard line.
That was a fake there by Klein, but nobody really came up to go for the play action. That was a weird-looking play there. Not sure if there was a misunderstanding or what happened there, but not much of a gain there. And a 3rd and moderate here, probably 4-down territory for the Warriors unless they get pushed back.
So on the 3rd and 4 play upcoming, handoff goes to Martin up the middle. It's Schaefer up the middle, and he's going to be right at that 1st down yard marker, and it looks like he is going to have enough for an Albany Warriors 1st down, and Albany Warriors Schultz 1st down. Fuel your car and body at Schultz Convenience Store off US 136 to keep you moving like the Warriors are keeping this drive moving.
Well, nice job by Schaefer to fight forward for those extra yards. He leaned his body forward and got just enough to pick up the first.
So a 1st and 10 from the Stanberry 35-yard line. A bad snap, but Klein able to keep it, spins, and almost makes it down to the 30-yard line. It's going to stop progress at the 31. It was a bad snap. Klein had to kind of catch it with his helmet, a la Tyree for the New York Giants in the Super Bowl against the Patriots. Had to catch it up against his helmet and then took off and is able to pick up 4 yards on what probably was going to be a broken play.
Yeah, and that was a near catastrophe for the Warriors. They turn the ball over again. That's not what they want.
And again, a little bit of a botched handoff as Klein keeps it, and he's going to be marked down at the line of scrimmage.
Obviously, you never want to turn the ball over, but this is a game the Warriors for sure expect to win. And when you play a team that you are better than and you let them hang around, you start giving them hope and you start giving them, hey, we have a chance to win this game. So you want to take care of business, and right now the Warriors are not doing that right now.
Mercer still sitting here on the sideline, not standing up with his teammates with his helmet, as there's going to be a flag called here against the Warriors for a false start, and this is going to push them back 5.
Well, going back to Mercer, I saw him stand up off the bench and trying to walk, see how much he could walk around on it, and he was still laboring pretty heavy, so I just don't know. We'll see what happens, but they're not going to force him back in if he's not ready. No. They're not going to do that, so it's unknown right now if he's going to get back in. Not really sure what he's dealing with, but it's for sure a lower leg injury, and it's not he's still laboring on it pretty hard.
It's about a 3rd and 12 upcoming here for the Warriors. Back on their own 37 or on the Stanberry 37-yard line. They need the Stanberry 25 for a 1st down. Faking the handoff. Klein rolling out, looking to pass, looking for Zane Rippey. There was a lot of contact there. Rippey looking for a pass interference, not thrown. It'll be a pass deflection there by the Bulldogs, Decker Heidi.
Yeah, 4th and long for the Warriors here. They are past midfield, though, so we'll
4:33 left in the first quarter, trailing by 6. And the Warriors do need some momentum here.
And Elliott's their punter, too, so it looks like maybe Chase Klein is going to punt it. Yeah, he is.
And he will punt this one into the end zone for a touchback. Remember, don't fumble the punt on your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396.
So not a very good start for the Warriors. They looked good after that first defensive drive, but pretty much ever since Mercer went down and fumbled on the same play, it's been a scary situation here for the Warriors, and they got to try and move past that injury to Mercer and get some momentum back in their favor. A defensive stop here would go a long way in doing that.
4:27 left in the first quarter. Stanberry leads 6-0 and has the football back on their own 15-yard line. Stanberry was able to put some runs together on their last drive from about the 26-yard line of Albany, and this time they're going to get an offsides called here against the Warriors.
Well, that's just any coach will tell you that's just undisciplined. Whenever you jump off sides there, you just got to watch the football and probably trying to make a play there are the Warrior defense, trying to step up in the absence of Mercer, but you got to be disciplined even if you are trying to make a big play.
So 1st and 5 here for the Bulldogs now from their own 20-yard line. Parman will hand this one off, and it's going to be Heidi that picks up 2 yards there on the carry, up to about the 22-yard line. There on the stop is Chase Klein. So a 2nd and 8 upcoming for Stanberry with 4:05 left here in this opening quarter. Porter Runnels in at the defensive end position for Elliott Mercer. Parman again underneath center. This time it's going to be a handoff again, and that time on the carry for the Bulldogs was Adcock as he takes it to the 30-yard line, enough for a first down, a gain of 7 for the Bulldogs.
Well, the run game here for Stanberry's been efficient. They're getting 4 or 5 yards a carry, and that's not explosive, but you'll take 4 or 5 yards a carry. That's a first down every couple of plays. So the Warriors have got to stymie that offense for the Bulldogs.
And again, it's going to be Heidi sneaking out to the outside, and he is going to be taken down just shy of midfield as Kyle Emerson there on the stop. As Heidi takes this just shy of midfield and brings up a 2nd and 1 here for the Bulldogs. Underneath 3 minutes left to play here in the first, as Stanberry not only leading this ball game, but are doing exactly what they want, keeping the ball out of Albany's offense's hands. Handoff to Adcock up the middle on a fullback dive, and he'll take it up across midfield down to the 37-yard line here of the Warriors. Enough for another Bulldog first down.
Well, I said last week on the broadcast, if any team was going to beat Albany, it was going to be because they slowed down Elliott Mercer and were able to keep up with him offensively. And right now with Mercer out of the game, the Warriors really don't have a playmaker in the run game. Obviously, they still have Kyle Emerson, but that's a big gap in their offense they're missing.
And now the handoff there to Heidi. He's going to be met in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard there on the play, as he's met by the right side of the Warrior defensive line along with Jay Anthony.
And the Warrior defense, they're not an elite group defensively, but they over the course of the season they have gotten timely stops, and they have gotten stops when they needed them. If, depending on Mercer's availability or not, they may have to really take over this game, and because the Warriors aren't going to be able to score as much with Mercer out, you wouldn't think.
And the handoff again to Heidi, going to be stopped by Andrew Wiles after a gain of 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 9. And the Warriors need to stop in the worst way here on this 3rd down play.
Yeah, in a situation like this, you got to get it. It's 3rd and 9. They may still run it to try and make it a little bit closer on a 4th down, but they may pass here too. If you can get them in 3rd and passing and 4th and passing, that really helps you out as a defense.
1:17 left to play here in the opening quarter. Stanberry with a 6-0 lead. Handoff goes to Heidi, and he's going to be close to the first down yard marker. I believe he's going to be just short, and he'll be about a yard short, but brings up now a 4th and 1 after the 8-yard carry by Heidi up the middle.
Yeah, and you really wanted to hold him there to about 2 or 3 yards. Now the defensive line's going to have to get in the backfield or meet the ball carrier in the middle and push him back, or else it's going to be another first down for the Bulldogs and a missed opportunity for the Warriors.
It's a 4th and long 1 here with 40 seconds left here in the first quarter. Parman underneath center. Stanberry leads 6-0. And handoff to Adcock on the fullback dive. And he is going to be down inside the 25-yard line of Albany, down to the 24. And it's going to be enough for another Stanberry first down.
Well, the Warriors couldn't get the stop there. They tried to get the ball, but nice job by Adcock to keep that ball high and tight. Now let the Warriors strip it away, and they're going to need something like that. The Warriors are a turnover, and Stanberry's just going to take this lead in the second quarter, and can't say I blame them.
And the Warriors are going to huddle up and kind of get their composure set here as the first quarter ends. It's a 6-0 Stanberry lead. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV. We'll be back with more in just a moment.
When you come to Mosaic Medical Center Albany, you get connected to highly skilled caregivers who are focused on enhancing your health right in your community. You'll receive great care while also being connected to Mosaic's resources in St. Joseph, Maryville, and even experts in the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Get connected to Mosaic Medical Center Albany and get connected to the care you deserve. Visit mymlc.com/Albany to schedule an appointment today. Whether you are meeting up with friends to shoot a game of pool, throw some darts, or maybe play some cards, Shadowfax in Albany has something for you. Shadowfax is your football game day headquarters with the game live on the big screen. Shadowfax is open 3 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and now open on Sundays during football season. So bring your friends on out to Shadowfax, just off of US 136 in Albany.
Stanberry football here to start the second quarter, and on a 1st and 10, a penalty flag flies on the tackle as Decker Heidi takes it up the middle, and I believe they're going to get a face masking penalty called here against the Warriors.
Yeah, it is a face mask, and it was an unintentional face mask. I think it was Seth Miller just got his fingers caught in Heidi's face mask, and that, whether or not it was intentional or not, it's still a penalty. And
either way, it's going to give Stanberry some good field position here on what was going to be a 2nd and 10. It's going to end up being a 2nd and 5. Or sorry, 1st and 5, as they're going to hand this one off to Heidi, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards there on the play. They're going to give him 1 yard down to the 23. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 4. Stanberry leads this 6-0 with 11:18 left to play here in the second quarter, and all sorts of movement up front prior to the snap, and it's going to be a false start called here against the Bulldogs. This will push him back to a 2nd and 9, which negates that face mask penalty.
that was an interesting play there by the Bulldogs. I think that was on the center. Everyone went but him.
Hey, as an ex-center, there is no such thing as false start on the center.
Well,
false start on everybody else.
He eventually snapped the ball, so I think it was on him.
And a botched handoff, and still rolling around on the ground, and I believe the Warriors are going to pick this one up. No, they're going to say Stanberry recovers it again, as recovering it was Connor Kehoe, the lineman.
That was a near dangerous play for Stanberry. That looked like the Warriors had that one, and they probably should have got it. They had a guy on the ground there before anybody else, but that football, man, it bounces around in all kinds of funny ways, and so sometimes it's kind of hard to get a grab on, and Stanberry's sure glad that one bounced away from the Warriors there.
So it's a 3rd and 11 here for Stanberry from the Warrior 26. Parman looking to pass. Looking, and he's got Adcock, and it's going to fall incomplete as Adcock hit immediately there by Chase Klein as the ball falls out of his hands, and it'll bring up a 4th and long.
Well, nice hit by Klein to jar that ball loose. Bulldogs are going to go for this one here. You got to get a stop here for the Warriors. It's 4th down and 11. There's no reason to give the Bulldogs this conversion. You got to get them off the field and get back on offense and try and get on the board.
10:31 left to play here in the second quarter. Stanberry with a 6-0 lead. Mercer again on the sideline for the Warriors.
It is a passing down, so wouldn't be surprised here to see some pressure by the Warriors, but Stanberry's going to have to call a timeout to save the delayed game penalty here.
And we'll be back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout. Make sure to check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. Back with more in a moment.
The Albany Booster Club is a group of people who come together to make a better experience for the Albany R3 students. They try to help students in any way possible, whether it be on the court, on the mat, on the field, on the track, on the stage, or in the classroom. The Albany Booster Club, helping every Albany R3 student succeed in their field. The Albany Booster Club, joining together for the better of the Albany students.
And welcome back out to Albany, a 4th and 11 upcoming here for the Bulldogs from the Albany 25-yard line. They took a Petty John Auto Center timeout to kind of talk it through. We'll see what the Bulldogs elect to do here on 4th and 11. And if you're the Warrior defense, I'm sure they were told in the huddle, watch out for a false start to make it into a 4th and manageable.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Stanberry tries to do that at all, but definitely Stanberry just taking some extra time there to try and come up with their best 4th and long play to convert this one, a big play coming up.
Shotgun formation in motion is going to be Braden Dias looking to pass, and it's going to fall incomplete. So even if it was caught, it would have given Albany the football at about their own 16-yard line, but the pass falls incomplete, and the Warriors take over on downs.
All right, now Albany coming out for another offensive drive, and they've had enough time now to adjust to offensive life without Elliott Mercer, so they got to try and put some plays together here. They're going to have to not replace him, but they're going to have to try to find a way to move on without him and still be effective.
10:26 left to play in the second quarter. It's a 6-0 Warrior lead. Klein will take the snap, faking the handoff, keeps it himself, rushing up the middle, and he's going to take it down to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of about 5 on the play there for the Warriors and brings up a 2nd and 5.
Probably going to see a lot more QB keepers from Klein. He can run pretty well. They're going to have to probably use everybody more. Schaefer, Martin, Klein, everybody. Emerson might get some carries out of the backfield out of like a jet sweep or something. They're going to have to really get creative here without Mercer.
2 receivers to the left are Emerson and Martin. 1 receiver to the right is Rippey. Emerson in motion, and he'll take the handoff on the reverse, and he'll have some momentum. He's going to take this one to the house as he jukes the Bulldog into the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors.
Well, it's just what the Warriors needed right there. They get a big play. The crowd had kind of fallen silent ever since Mercer had gotten injured. Now they're back into it. It's a tie game, and with a 2-point conversion, the Warriors can take the lead.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. 9:39 left to play here in the second quarter. It's a 6-6 ball game, and the Warriors have an opportunity to take the lead. After a 50-yard run there by Kyle Emerson. Handoff to Schaefer for the end zone. Gets in. 2-point conversion is good, and the Warriors lead here on homecoming, 8-6. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
In our friendly small town of Albany, Missouri, we have community-minded businesses, great places to eat and shop, a historic Carnegie Public Library, community center, pool, 9-hole golf course, multiple places to worship, and a strong school system. Albany is the seat of Gentry County, located off Highway 136 in the heart of northwest Missouri. Albany is a fun place to visit, but an even better place to live, where we have small town roots with a big town feel.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. 9:39 left to play in the second quarter. Albany leads 8-6. Jace Palmer set to kick off. Remember, kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services 660-726-3396 as the Warriors take the lead here for the first time on homecoming on a 50-yard run by the senior Kyle Emerson, and Elliott Mercer's night is done as his pads are coming off the field. He's still on the sideline for the Warriors. And they're going to get an offsides on the kickoff. The Warriors had this last week as well at Princeton.
So as the Warriors set back up here, like you said, Mercer's done for the night. It looked like he was going to try to, maybe he thought he could get back in. He tried to test it out that lower leg. Just not going to be good enough for tonight. He's in too much pain. He can hardly even really walk on it, much less run. But the Warriors got some hope in that last drive. They were able to get a jet sweep into Kyle Emerson and get a big explosive play. Maybe they can get some momentum going on offense and get yet another stop here on defense.
So again, Palmer set to kick off, this time from his own 25-yard line. And a little onside kick, and it is going to be recovered here by the Bulldogs. Just shy of midfield as they were recovered on the Albany 39-yard line. as Dias there to collect it for the Bulldogs. Braden Dias, that is.
And so with Mercer out, the Warrior margin for error just got a little bit smaller. They're going to have to cut out those turnovers. They're going to have to cut out penalties like they got on that kickoff. They're going to have to play more disciplined now because their offense is not going to be quite to that level with Mercer in there since he's out.
And really, the Warriors are without their 2 starting running backs that they started the season with. As Trevor Akins is in uniform, but again did not practice this week. As Heidi, still on his feet, is able to get some extra momentum and falls forward down to about the 36-yard line. It's a gain of 3 and brings up a 2nd and 7.
They're going to have to cut down the missed tackles too. The Warriors have been able to keep up for the most part with some of their defensive deficiencies because of their high-powered offense, but they're going to have to play better on the defensive side in terms of tackling.
Parman again underneath center. Handoff will go to Adcock, the fullback. A penalty flag flies at the line of scrimmage as Adcock is tackled after a gain of about 1 there on the play. And it's going to be a hold called against Stanberry, and this is going to push them back. And I believe it happened right around the line of scrimmage, so it should push them back into their own territory, about their own 35-yard line.
Well, again, that's a penalty the Warriors will definitely take and something they need because now the Bulldogs are really behind the 8 ball here. They got to either hold them to a minimal gain or push them back even farther here on 2nd down, make this 3rd down extremely tough, and force them to punt on 4th down.
It's a 2nd and 17 as the Bulldogs will take the snap from their own 34-yard line. It's going to be a pitch out to the right to Heidi, trying to cut it back upfield. He breaks a couple of tackles. He's on the loose. He's going to break out, and Cameron Martin, the last Warrior in defense, is able to knock him down at the 13-yard line. But a big gain there for Dias on the sweep. He was able to cut it back inside and takes it from his own 34 down to the Warrior 13.
And what was it there? It was a couple of missed tackles by the Warriors that allowed Heidi to break out there and go for a big gain. The missed tackles have really kind of come and gone as the season has gone along. They need to go away here in this game. The Warriors have got to play cleaner on defense, and it starts up front with tackling.
A 33-yard gain on a 2nd and 17 for the Bulldogs. 8:10 left here in the second quarter. Bulldogs trail here 8-6 as the handoff goes again to Heidi. And again, he'll plow forward for a gain of 2 on the play down to the 11-yard line. So 7:48, and Bulldogs are doing exactly what they wanted to do. They got on the board, and then they've really controlled the clock, and now have a chance to go up again here as they're down to the Warrior 11-yard line. On a 2nd and 8 play. Parman again under center. Handoff to Heidi, and he's going to get minimal yards there on the play, but they're going to give him 2 down to the 9-yard line as Stanberry gets inside the Albany 10. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 6 with 7:07 left in the first quarter. Albany leads 8-6, but Stanberry threatening.
Stanberry going to have 2 chances at this. If you're Albany, you got to hold them to a minimal gain here. Make this 4th down as tough as you can.
And a pitch out to Heidi. And he's going to get taken down right near the 5-yard line. And it will bring up about a 4th and 2 upcoming.
Yeah, huge 4th down here. If the Warriors can get a stop, they have a chance to extend that lead. But Stanberry, of course, trying to not only get this 1st down, but a couple more yards will give them a touchdown and allow them to reclaim that lead and keep this potential upset brewing.
And on the 4th and 2 play, it's going to be another pitch out to Heidi on the right side, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage, and it'll be a turnover on downs at the 5-yard line.
Huge stop there by the Warriors. Talk about it all the time, but getting timely stops is so important. If you get stops on 1st down, it doesn't really matter if you can't get off the field. And that was a huge 4th down stop by the Warriors to get off the field and get their offense back on the field. They are backed up pretty far, but they were able to get in the end zone last time with a nice jet sweep to Kyle Emerson. We'll see what they do here to try and get out of the shadows of their own goal post.
6:11 left here in the second quarter, 8-6. Maybe look for a little screen pass here to Emerson, see if he can make some magic happen here again. No, they're going to look to pass, but they're looking for the deep ball for Emerson, and he is going to catch it across midfield, and he's going to be taken down inside the 30-yard line. There on the stop is Colby McQueen, but what a way to flip the field here for the Warriors. But a flag on the play at the line of scrimmage, and I believe they're going to bring this one back. It was an excellent pass. I said Emerson had to come back for it just a little bit, but took it down to the 27-yard line. But a penalty flag is going to push this back to the Warrior 2.5-yard line.
And now you wonder what they'll do here, because they don't want to have Klein sitting back in the pocket for too long and risk a safety, but they're going to have to lean heavily on Kyle Emerson, and plays like that, we may get to see more of them than we have this season. We'll just see what they go. Kyle Emerson is going out wide once again.
So a first and about 13 from the 2. Handoff up the middle. And it's Schaefer on the carry, as he'll take it down to about the 70-yard line. And a timeout going to be called here by the Bulldogs, as a Bulldog down on the field. And we're going to take a quick timeout as well. We'll be back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout here on Albany TV.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye. Shop Hy-Vee.
Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is here to help you with all of your DIY projects. Whether you're doing a home remodel, some repair work, a painting job, or a plumbing job, Hogue Lumber Company's dedicated staff can help you get the materials that you need to do the job right. Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is your trusted hometown hardware store and lumber yard for more than 4 decades.
The injured Bulldog was Thor Cameron, the freshman for Stanberry, but he's able to get up and walk off the field on his own power. It's a 2nd and 9 coming up here for the Warriors from their own 6-yard line. Chase Klein in the shotgun. It'll be Cameron Martin to his left. Keegan Schaefer directly behind him. Fake to Schaefer, rolling out as Klein looking. He's going to keep this one himself, and he's going to be across the 20. Still on his feet. He's across the 40, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown, Warriors. But another penalty flag is down at about the Warrior 27-yard line. And I believe they're going to get a block in the back or something here against the Warriors. Another big play erased here by a penalty. The referees are going to talk about the penalty flag. They're going to wave it off. It is a touchdown, Warriors. As the Warriors lead 14-6, and it was a 73-yard run from Chase Klein to get the Warriors back on the board again. They lead 14-6. Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons.
Yeah, what a run by Klein on that one. Looked like he was looking for a pass and just kept it himself and took it all the way. I say it all the time, but he's really an underrated runner. He's got underrated speed, and he showed it on that one, leaving all of Stanberry in the dust.
So Klein on the 2-point conversion attempt. Fakes to Schaefer. Pressure, throwing deep for the end zone. A penalty flag flew in the defensive backfield. But it's going to be a hold against the Warriors. The 2-point conversion will fail. And we will be back with more. 5:26 left in the second. Warriors lead here 14-6. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
In life, as in football, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance. Someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy.
To get started, contact Nick Smith, a financial advisor with Prudential at 660-726-3396.
And welcome back out again here to Albany with 5:26 left to play here in this opening half. And it is the Warriors that lead 14-6 here on their homecoming. Again, a big loss on the first offensive snap of the night for the Warriors. Not only was it a fumble, but they also lost sophomore star running back Elliott Mercer to an injury. He is no longer on the sideline for the Warriors, and that is not good news here for the future of the Warriors and Mercer, as this one is going to be picked up inside the 15-yard line here by Heidi, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds right near the 20-yard line down to the 19, and Stanberry is going to have some deep field position that they're going to have to deal with here.
Yeah, and so far the one time Stanberry scored, they had very favorable field position. So when they've had to start in pretty normal territory, they have not been able to get into the end zone. Now, they've had success on offense. They just haven't been able to finish the drive. The Warriors have really, and it's been kind of a theme all season, they're kind of a bend but don't break defense. They'll give you some yards, but they're very good at getting timely stops when they need them. And so we'll see if they can do the same here, maybe even get a 3-and-out or close to a 3-and-out like they were able to on that first drive.
Underneath center again will go Drew Parman. And the handoff up the middle will go to, I believe it was Adcock there on the carry. I take that back. It was, again, Heidi there on the carry for the Bulldogs, as he'll get a gain of 3 up to about the 22-yard line. So a 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Bulldogs. Just underneath 5 minutes left to play here in this first half. It's a 14-6 Albany lead. Parman underneath center. Handoff again goes to Heidi. And again going to get just short yardage. A gain of about 2 on the play brings him up to the 24-yard line.
And at times the defensive front for the Warriors has been kind of getting pushed back a little bit by Stanberry, but here on these first 2 drives, not a whole lot up the middle for them, and we'll see what they go to here on 3rd down. They had some success with some outside runs on that last drive. We'll see if they go back to that or maybe even try and pass it again maybe, but I doubt they go back up the middle.
A 3rd and 6 play from their own 24. And again, they're going to try and go up the middle. And that one on the carry was Adcock, and he's going to lose 2 yards there on the play. And it'll bring up a 3rd and about 8.
Yeah, and of course, if you're an Albany fan, you're hoping that that's a sign of things to come, that the Warriors have finally taken exception to kind of getting beat up front by Stanberry and remembering who they are and taking a stand and getting some stops. And the punt team's going to come out for Stanberry, so probably going to punt here are the Bulldogs, and the Warriors with yet another stop. That's 3 in a row.
Looks like Braden Dias will punt this one away here for the Bulldogs. Kyle Emerson deep will catch it actually muffs it and falls on it on his own 34-yard line. Kind of nonchalantly after he lost it, kind of turned back around, and at that time the Bulldogs were coming in, so he had to fall on it, and that is where the Warriors will take over. Remember, don't fumble the punt on your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. Albany takes over on their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, Emerson on that punt was looking to get a running start on it and didn't quite read how deep it was and had to come up and get it and nearly missed it, but luckily for the Warriors, he was able to fall back on it.
Klein will take the snap. Handoff will go to Schaefer, trying to bounce it outside. And another penalty flag flies near midfield as Schaefer pushed out of bounds inside the 35-yard line down to the 34. And they're going to get a block in the back here against Martin at about the 38-yard line.
Well, you can kind of hear the frustration in the crowd. The Warriors have really been penalized heavily here in these last couple of drives, and some exceptions taken by the Albany crowd, and now Seth Miller, who's probably the captain here on offense, or one of the captains, talking to the ref, just trying to see what the call is. I mean, the refs aren't going to get upset if you ask, hey, what's going on? And actually, that's actually Shea Miller, if you do it respectfully, and that's probably what Shea's doing now, just asking, hey, what's that call, so I know not to do it again, or so we know not to do it again.
Yeah. It's a 1st and 16 upcoming from their own 28-yard line here for the Warriors. Klein will take the snap, and it's going to be a botched handoff there between Schaefer and Klein. And Klein will fall on it on his own 25-yard line, and the Warriors will lose even more yards.
Yeah, as the Warriors continue to get pushed back here, they might have to try to go deep again with Emerson. We'll see. Maybe not quite yet. It's only 2nd down, but they're going the wrong direction.
So Albany will have a 2nd and 19 from their own 25-yard line. They need the Stanberry 36 for a 1st down. 2:43 left to play here in the half. Albany leads 14-6. A quick pass out to Emerson, and he's going to get wrapped up and spun around, and he's going to be taken down just shy of the original line of scrimmage, down at the 33-yard line here of Albany.
Warriors going to call timeout here after that play to get him on a little bit more manageable of a 3rd down.
So a 3rd and 11, 2:18 left. Our first Pettyjohn Auto Center timeout taken by the Warriors. We'll be back after this Pettyjohn Auto Center timeout. Check out Pettyjohn Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com.
If you are in the market of buying or selling your home, farm, or hunting property, contact Tammy Wynn Siddons of United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy and the entire team of agents at United Country Nelson Real Estate in Gentry, Harrison, Mercer, Worth, and Davies counties can help you find the right property for your needs. Call Tammy Wynn Siddons today to buy or sell your property at 660-726-8104. Check out all of United Country Nelson Real Estate's current listings at nelsonsoldit.com.
And welcome back out again here to Albany, as the Warriors have a 3rd and 11 facing them from their own 33-yard line. 2:18 left here in the 2nd quarter. 2 receivers to the right are going to be Rippey, and Martin to the left. To himself is going to be Emerson. Schaefer in the backfield along with Klein. In motion this time is Martin, and they're going to get a false start as Emerson moved early, and this will push the Warriors back 5 more yards and bring up a 3rd and 16.
And I don't know for sure, but that's got to be an extremely frustrating thing for a coach. You just took a timeout to talk over your play, what you're going to go with, and you get a false start to push you back even farther, and now you probably got to call something else because the defense has seen what look you're coming out in. And so probably a really frustrating moment there for the Warriors, and now they're back far once again. They were already pretty far, but now they're even farther.
It's a 3rd and 16 upcoming. Again, they need the Stanberry 36 for a 1st down. They'll take the snap from their own 28. Quick pass out to Emerson on a wide receiver screen. He's got a couple blocks, and Kyle Emerson is going to take this one to the house. Touchdown, Warriors.
Well,
go ahead.
Well, it's I mean, it's you can't really blame the Warriors. Mercer's out. Now they're going for their next big playmaker, Kyle Emerson. He's really taken over this game, and it can be predictable. It's 3rd and long. We're going to go to Kyle Emerson. You can be creative in how you do it, but when you have that kind of speed, it doesn't really matter if the defense thinks that's where you're going.
And what a way to make up for a false start penalty.
Exactly.
Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson Real Estate agent Tammy Wynn Siddons. 52 yards on the pass and catch there from Klein to Emerson. Handoff will go to Schaefer for the 2-point conversion. He gets in. 2-point conversion is good. And the Warriors take a 22-6 lead. 2:09 left here in the 1st half. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
If you're looking to join a stable and growing company, Johnson Controls in Albany is the place for you. They are currently hiring for multiple positions, including welding, electrical, and general assembly. Johnson Controls offers excellent benefits: medical, dental, vision, life insurance, 401k, health savings account, and paid holidays. Apply now at www.johnsoncontrols.com to join their winning team.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. 22-6, Warriors lead. 2:09 left here in the 2nd quarter. Remember, kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services at 660-726-3396. And Brett, during that last timeout, I realized why Kyle Emerson jumped off sides on that last play before the touchdown. Just look at pad stats. 52 yards on the wide receiver screen there.
Get those extra yards.
And Palmer will kick off again for the Warriors. This one will bounce inside the 20, picked up at the 17 here by Heidi. And he's going to be taken down by Palmer at the 30-yard line.
Well, Stanberry got that early momentum, and now they're falling behind as their offense has kind of stalled out a little bit. The Warrior offense has kind of found a rhythm, mostly on the back of Kyle Emerson. But for Stanberry, they're going to have to try and get something going here. Last drive, they went back to what had been working, running up the middle, mixing that up with some outside runs, and then a pass here and there. But last drive, the Warriors really did not allow those up-the-middle runs to really go for anything. So Stanberry may have to go to something else here on this drive.
2:04 left in the second quarter. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Adcock up the middle, gets about a yard there on the play before he's met by All-State linebacker Andrew Wiles. If he's not All-State, he should be. As Adcock gets a yard there on the carry, puts it down to the 31.
Well, again, they go up the middle there with Adcock, but barely anything there for him. Just a couple of inches of yardage he was able to get.
And this one going to be met in the backfield by Rippey is Heidi. And back down to the original line of scrimmage, down to the 30-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1 there for the Bulldogs.
And Stanberry is in trouble here. If they go 3 and out, there's enough time for the Warriors to call a timeout and score again. Still over a minute to go.
I said I would expect Stanberry to take as long as possible to run this play in. They've got 20 seconds left on the play clock and 1:05 left on the game clock. So they're not going to take a snap until well within about 50 seconds left here in the first half. Again, both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. And they will take the snap here with 48 seconds left on the game clock as we pitch out to Heidi to the right. And he's going to be knocked out of bounds. And it's right near that line of scrimmage. And that is exactly where they're going to mark him out of bounds at. So not only did the Warriors get the stop, they pushed Stanberry out of bounds, which stops the clock as well with 41 seconds remaining. So they get to keep their 2 timeouts. And Stanberry in a definite punting situation on a 4th and 10 from their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. The Warriors saved a timeout with that out of play going out of bounds. And 41 seconds and 2 timeouts, that's an eternity for the Warriors with how they've been going recently with Kyle Emerson. And Bulldogs are going to hurry up or call a timeout.
I said I think they restarted the play clock here to 25 seconds, so they are going to be able to get this play off. So we'll stay with 41 seconds left, though, on the game clock. Kyle Emerson back at about his own 19-yard line as Braden Dias kind of fumbles the punt, and he's going to run and take off, and he'll be taken down as he crosses the 30-yard line down at the 32. That's as good as a nice return there by Emerson as the Warriors will start on the Stanberry 32-yard line with 35 seconds left.
Yeah, things have gone from bad to worse there. You hoped at least for Stanberry that you'd at least be able to pin Albany back a little bit farther and maximize your chances of getting a stop. Now the Warriors are already in your territory. They've got some big plays. They've got 2 timeouts in their pocket in 35 seconds. That's a lot of time.
Alone to the left is going to be Emerson. Wing back is going to be Schaefer. As Martin to the left of his quarterback, Klein, and it's going to be a pitch back to Emerson, and nobody on the right side of the field, and Emerson takes this one to the house, and he will walk into the end zone from 32 yards away as the Warriors score yet again and lead 28-6 with still 26 seconds left and 2 timeouts remaining. Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons.
What a play call by the Warriors there on that first play of the drive to, again, get the ball back in the hands of Kyle Emerson. They've really adjusted nicely here after a few hiccups with Mercer being out. Now they're feeding their next big playmaker, and Kyle Emerson, and they're doing a great job.
Schaefer on the 2-point conversion, cuts it back, gets into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good, and it's a 30-6 Albany lead. 26 seconds left here on Albany's homecoming night. Stanberry got out to the quick 6-0 lead. Albany has answered, and we'll be back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Schultz Convenience Store on 136 in Albany has everything you need to keep you running. Schultz has coffee and gas to get you moving in the morning. Fountain Pop, sandwiches, and Champ's Chicken to fuel your lunchtime hunger. They also carry candy and ice cream to keep you awake during the afternoon. At night, Schultz adult beverages and scratchers to help you unwind. That's Schultz Convenience Store in Albany, where they can fuel you up in more ways than one.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. Remember, kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. Jace Palmer yet again set to kick off here for the Warriors as Heidi back deep inside his own 20. This one rolls on the ground, and Heidi's going to fall on it on his own 25-yard line. So that one kind of rolled and just kind of stayed there. And instead of somebody from the Bulldogs trying to jump on it, they went to try and block. And that was a very dangerous ball just laying there on the 25-yard line before Heidi came up and fell on it.
Yeah, that would have been really adding salt to the wound if Albany would have been able to fall on that one just before halftime. But not a whole lot of time left here. Stanberry may try to take a shot here on this first play and maybe two plays. But if they don't get it, they'll probably just take this into halftime.
It's an Albany lead, 30-6 with 26 seconds left here before the half. Parman looking to pass, looking deep, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield. And that is the All-State lineman, Seth Miller. Remember, fill your grocery sack with all your tailgating favorites at your tailgate headquarters, your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Yeah, that was their attempt at a shot. They take the sack and not going to have enough time here to call another play.
Yeah, they will take this into halftime. Albany leads 30-6. We'll be back with your Albany Hy-Vee halftime in just a moment. We'll have the results from the homecoming festivities as well as the stats from the first half and the scores from the first half, or from around 8-man football in the first half when we come back in a moment here on Albany TV.
The Briar Patch on the west side of the square in Albany has gifts for every occasion. The Briar Patch can help you with fresh flowers, green plants, candles, willow tree angels, customized cups, and so much more. They also deliver your gift items. Don't forget, the Briar Patch also features tuxedo rentals for all occasions. To schedule a fitting for your tux or to order your one-of-a-kind gifts, call the Briar Patch on the square in Albany at 660-726-4170. The Legacy Event Center at East Fork Lodge, just north of Albany, is a 7,500-square-foot beautifully decorated event space that includes a caterer's kitchen, walk-in fridge, and ice machine. The Legacy provides a rustic elegance to your special day with intricate woodworking and natural barnwood walls. The Legacy is home to a black and white grand staircase that makes entrances for special couples unforgettable. A chapel on the property is perfect for intimate ceremonies or phenomenal photo opportunities. Email Jamie at eastforklodge.com or visit the website eastforklodge.com for more information on the Legacy Event Center. Whether you are hungry for a burger, steak, fish, Mexican, or fresh salad bar, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany has it all. Papa's also has daily lunch specials with the lunch buffet on Wednesdays. Make sure you leave room for dessert though, because you shouldn't leave without trying some of Christie's homemade pies, cookies, or other goodies. For a delicious meal at a great price and an even better atmosphere, you have to head to Papa's Family Restaurant on 136 in Albany. No job is too big or too small for the professionals at Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany. With over 100 years of combined experience with auto body, they offer the reliability and prompt service by using the latest in technology to get your vehicle back on the road. Raymond Smith Body Shop is also a complete wrecker service as well as glass repair and body work. Plus, they work with all insurance companies. They're prepared to get you in and out and back on the road. See them today on Highway 136 East in Albany. Raymond Smith Body Shop. They're there to serve you. Sublime Flamingo Boutique is now your full-service homecoming, prom, and special occasion dress destination.
Drop in on Saturday from 10 to 1 to browse our selection of short dresses or schedule a formal gown appointment for an unforgettable session tailored just for you. Sublime Flamingo has hundreds of dresses in stock. Drop in, find us on Facebook, visit SublimeFlamingoBoutique.com, or call 660-851-1122 to start your journey to your perfect dress. Brown Plumbing in Albany is the oldest family-owned business in Gentry County. This means that not only do they know you, but you know them. For plumbing or heating and air service that you have already trusted for years, call Brown Plumbing today at 660-726-5716. That's 660-726-5716. Brown Plumbing in Albany, your trusted plumber.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. Remember, tonight's halftime is brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Find everything on your grocery list and a smile in the aisles at your Albany Hy-Vee. And I'd like to thank all of our sponsors help you bring you tonight's broadcast of Albany Stanberry football. BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center, Winner's Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany, the Home Lumber Company in Albany, the Albany Hy-Vee, Smith Insurance at Smith Prudential in Albany, United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, Agent Tammy Wynn Siddons in Albany, Schultz Convenience Store, Johnson Controls, along with the Briar Patch on the west side of the square in Albany, Raymond Smith Body Shop in Albany, and the Sublime Flamingo Boutique LLC in Albany, East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center, Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany, Shadowfax on 136, and Brown Plumbing in Albany. The City of Albany, Mosaic Medical Center, Williams Construction, the Albany Booster Club, the Albany and Stanberry School Districts, and the Printery New Shopper located in Albany. Also like to thank all of our family sponsors, the Tom and Rhonda Schneider family, the Donnie and Nancy Stevens family, the Dustin Trimble and Missy Martin family for their favorite senior, Chad Dale, the Ryan and Heather Locklear family for their favorite senior, Kaylee Locklear, the Bush Pilots, the family of Brent and Vicky Klein, Tara, Brad, and Cole Emerson for Kyle Emerson, and Randy and Cindy Klein want to wish the Warriors the best of luck this season. And Brent, as we bring you back in here, it is at the half a Warrior lead 30-6, but at the end of the first quarter, it was a 6-0 lead for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that first quarter was a nightmare for the Warriors. Not only were they down in a game they did not expect to be down in for much of, if at all, but they lost their starting running back and really one of the cogs in this offensive machine, and Elliott Mercer. All we know right now is that he's not going to be back in this game. I hope the Warriors can get him back as soon as possible. But after that first quarter, they really responded well. They got humming really well offensively, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist. Hey, we got our big playmaker Elliott Mercer out. Let's go to our other big playmaker, Kyle Emerson, and he made play after play in that second quarter, and he's really been the star of the second quarter, but really whole entire first half. Ever since the Warriors really started to get going offensively. But they also turned around defensively, too. They had that turnover that gave the Bulldogs good field position. Other than that, though, they've kept the Bulldogs out of the end zone.
Yeah, and, I mean, for the Warriors, you could tell in that first quarter, we're just offensively and defensively just completely confused without Elliott Mercer in the ball game. They didn't really know exactly. They were trying to do too much, weren't certain of some of their positioning with things. We talked about it. Not only Elliott Mercer out, Trevor Akins also out for the Warriors. He's back in uniform tonight, but has not practiced in 3-4 weeks since the game at St. Joseph Christian, where he got injured on the first drive of the game, and he's been out since then, so can't really rely on him. So you're relying on Cameron Martin, Keegan Schaefer in the backfield. No offense to those two, but those two names aren't going to scare you like Elliott Mercer. So it's been a lot of seen Chase Klein have a couple of big plays through the air. Also a big run play for 73 yards. I believe that is the longest of his career. I'm not certain about Albany 8-man, but it's probably pretty close. You only get 7 yards longer than that. But here at the half, it's a 30-6 lead. Let's take a look here at the offensive stats for both teams. For Albany passing, Chase Klein 2 for 3 passing for 60 yards and a touchdown. That does not include a big 40-yard pass that actually I think it was 50-some yards from Klein to Emerson just a couple plays before Klein ran it in from 73 yards. So that is not included in those passing stats for Emerson. He has those 2 catches, 60 yards and a touchdown. Rushing tonight, Chase Klein, 5 carries, 85 yards, a touchdown. Kyle Emerson, 2 carries for 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. Keegan Schaefer, 3 carries for 8 yards. Elliott Mercer had that 1 carry for about 4 yards, and the lost fumble, Cameron Martin 1 carry for 3 yards. For Stanberry, passing tonight, Drew Parman 1 for 4 for -3 yards. Receiving tonight, Decker Heidi had the 1 catch for -3 yards. Rushing, Heidi really has been their workhorse and going 22 carries for 89 yards and a touchdown. Adcock 7 carries for 26 yards. Braden Dias 1 carry for 2 yards. That was on a bad punt snap. And Connor Kehoe had 1 carry for -2 yards. That was on a fumble recovery. Drew Parman 1 carry for -5 yards. So really for Stanberry, it's been all Decker Heidi. Again, we talked about them prior to the game. They lost their star running back, Treston Williams, last week to a knee injury. That will keep him out, we assume, from what we've been hearing, for the rest of this season. But for the Warriors, they had the loss here to Elliott Mercer on their first offensive play of the game. Not certain how serious it is yet, but again, he has left the field. Don't want to speculate, but we do wish him a very speedy recovery.
Yeah, exactly. And you talk about Decker Heidi there. He really did a lot of his damage early. There at the end of that second quarter, the Warriors did a really nice job of kind of bottling him up. They didn't completely stop him, but they really slowed him down a lot better than what they did early in the first quarter. And I think a lot of that just goes back to when Elliott went out for those first couple of drives. The Warriors really kind of, I don't want to say panicked, but they just they had to kind of readjust to not having Elliott out there, and that's understandable. Because he's such an integral part of this offense and defense. And he's also their punter, too. Chase Klein had a punt tonight for the first time in his career. Hopefully we won't be seeing any more of that for the Warriors if you're a Warrior fan. But they've done a nice job really slowing Heidi down in this second quarter because Stanberry really kind of went back to the well again and again, and the Warriors were able to kind of key in on it. We'll see if they try and get creative in getting Heidi the ball in different ways. We'll just have to see as we get underway in the second half.
Now for Stanberry, 1 for 7 on third down conversion so far in the first half. 1 for 4 on a fourth down conversion. I believe it came on like a 4th and 17. And for Albany, 2 for 6 on third down conversions to not attempt a fourth down conversion in that first half. And for the Warriors, they lead 30-6 here at the half. I mean, it was a 6-0 ball game after 1. Kind of worried about the state of the way the defense looked. Kind of worried about the state of the offense without Mercer. And in that second quarter, the Warriors came out. A little heavy dose of Chase Klein, heavy dose of Kyle Emerson. Next thing you know, Warriors have 30 unanswered points, and they will get the football to start out the second half. We'll be back to take a look at some of the scores from around Missouri 8-man football when we come back, all a part of our Albany Hy-Vee halftime tonight. Remember, your halftime tonight on Albany TV brought to you by your Albany Hy-Vee. Find everything on your grocery list and a smile in the aisles at your Albany Hy-Vee.
When you come to Mosaic Medical Center Albany, you get connected to highly skilled caregivers who are focused on enhancing your health right in your community. You'll receive great care while also being connected to Mosaic's resources in St. Joseph, Maryville, and even experts in the Mayo Clinic Care Network. Get connected to Mosaic Medical Center Albany and get connected to the care you deserve. Visit mymlc.com/Albany to schedule an appointment today. Whether you are meeting up with friends to shoot a game of pool, throw some darts, or maybe play some cards, Shadowfax in Albany has something for you. Shadowfax is your football game day headquarters with the game live on the big screen. Shadowfax is open 3 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday, and now open on Sundays during football season. So bring your friends on out to Shadowfax, just off of US 136 in Albany. The Albany Booster Club is a group of people who come together to make a better experience for the Albany R3 students. They try to help students in any way possible, whether it be on the court, on the mat, on the field, on the track, on the stage, or in the classroom. The Albany Booster Club helping every Albany R3 student succeed in their field. The Albany Booster Club joining together for the better of the Albany students. In our friendly small town of Albany, Missouri, we have community-minded businesses,
great places to eat and shop, a historic Carnegie Public Library, community center, pool, 9-hole golf course, multiple places to worship, and a strong school system. Albany is the seat of Gentry County, located off Highway 136 in the heart of northwest Missouri. Albany is a fun place to visit, but an even better place to live, where we have small town roots with a big town feel.
And welcome back out again here to Albany at the half. It's a 30-6 Albany lead. Let's take a look at some of the other scores from around Missouri 8-man starting in the Grand River Conference. No score update yet between North Andrew and Princeton. In the second quarter, it was Worth County leading over Pattonsburg 44-20. Also, last check in the second quarter, St. Joseph Christian and King City were tied at 6-6. In the 275 conference, it is a couple games have already gone final. Nottoway Valley beats up on a South Holt team that's already injured 50-0. Platte Valley gets a big win tonight over Stewartsville Osborne tonight 52-0. At the half, Rockport leads over Mound City 38-0, and East Atchison leading over DeKalb at the moment 32-18. In the Central River League I-70 division, Concordia leads over St. Paul Lutheran, and the Battle of Concordia is in the second quarter. Also, it was Sweet Springs leading over Orick 16-0. The Central River League North Division, Knox County leads over North Shelby 28-22. Paris leads over Southwest Livingston 42-0. And in the Central River League South Division, Norburn Hardin Central leads over Keatsville 32-0. Northwest Hughesville at the half leads over Slater 16-14. And between the Central River League North and South, in the third quarter, it's Bramer with a lead over Schuyler County 56-28. In the Independents, already a game gone final. Plattsburgh gets a big win tonight over Northland Christian 80-10. Also in the Independents, it's Lockwood with a big lead over New Heights Christian Academy, 66-22. In the WeMo Conference at the half, it was Archie leading over Jasper, 51-0, and it was Appleton City leading over Liberal, 32-0. In the WeMo versus Independents, it's Greenfield with a lead over Drexel in the second quarter, 32-12. Getting a bye this week is Bishop LeBlanc. Another score that we do not have in the Central River League I-70 division, Santa Fe taking on Wellington Napoleon. So, Brett, there's a couple of scores for you in 8-man football. The one that's the one that people are watching in the GRC is kind of that game between St. Joseph Christian and King City, as King City is kind of going through those gauntlet weeks. They had North Andrew last week. They have St. Joseph Christian this week. Next week, Worth County. They get Albany here in Albany for week number 9.
Yeah, exactly. And while the GRC really, Albany's kind of cemented itself at this point as that number one team in the GRC. We'll see how far they go once we get into the playoffs. But overall, the GRC doesn't have the top-end talent it normally has, but it's still very competitive from top to bottom. And there's still no easy games. I mean, there's a lot of good games week in and week out, and King City's kind of experiencing that same thing that Albany's kind of coming out of, some of those really tough opponents. Albany was able to come out really well. Obviously, they're still undefeated, and King City going through that as well tonight with St. Joseph Christian.
I said, and right now it is Christian that is tied. Or, sorry, not Christian, King City. They're at that 4-0 spot in the GRC as well. So, but again, they've got those gauntlet weeks, and Albany had them week 3, 4, and 5 with St. Joseph Christian, and then they had Worth County. So they've had their little gauntlet weeks. They still have King City to end it, but it seems like in the GRC you get like it seems like everybody gets the 3 hardest games in a row so far this year.
Yeah, exactly, and that's that can be good or bad. Sometimes you come out of it and you're banged up and you get some injuries, but it also makes you battle-tested. And we always talk about those GRC teams when they get into districts. Most of the time, they're some of the more battle-tested teams because obviously there's differing levels in the GRC, but for the most part, you're playing a quality opponent week in and week out. And depending on how King City does, that last game in the GRC could really be a big matchup to come and see.
So we'll be back with the start of the second half. When we come back in a moment, it's Albany with a 30-6 lead. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
The Printery in Albany can do all of your printing. They do business cards, envelopes, brochures, books, calendars, posters, magnetic signs, banners, and everything in between. Come visit Perry and Susan at the Printery in Albany, where they have your printing covered. Call the Printery today at 660-726-5234. That's 660-726-5234 for fair and honest pricing, because to us, you're family.
Are you needing more space in your home and looking to remodel, or just start from scratch and have your dream home built? Then contact Williams Construction LLC and Electric in Albany. Williams Construction LLC and Electric in Albany can help you with all of your building needs. Big or small, they do it all at Williams Construction LLC and Electric. Contact them today at 660-483-0255 or 660-726-2417.
The Stanberry School District is proud to support Stanberry Bulldog students in all of their extracurricular activities. The Stanberry School District's winning culture is cultivated from hard work and determination, not only in sports, but also through hard work in the classroom from the beginning of a Bulldog's academic career. The Stanberry School District wants to wish the Stanberry Bulldogs the best of luck this fall sports season.
Thank you for watching tonight's Albany TV broadcast. Don't forget to turn on your Facebook notifications to never miss out on a broadcast like this one. If you would like to be a part of our broadcast, give Jared Rolvis a call at 660-254-4800. If you have something in mind that we should broadcast or have any comments about tonight's game, you can also message us on Facebook. Thank you again for watching.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank school mascot debit card. Choose the card that fits your favorite local school, and you can earn that school extra cash. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account. Visit one of BTC Bank locations to get your school mascot debit card today, where they can instantly issue your new card. BTC Bank, community-minded just like you. Member FDIC.
Community-minded just like you. BTC Bank.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. It's a 30-6 lead here for the Warriors. And at the half, it will be Albany football to start the second. And Brett, now that the Warriors have had some time to kind of go over what the game plan is without Mercer, we noticed it in the second quarter. They had a little bit of time to collect themselves in between the quarter, came out, put up 30. I believe here in that second half, the Warriors will be able to extend on that lead as they kind of have now a little bit more of an idea what their plan is going to be.
Yeah, exactly. They've had some time to discuss it now and even more time in the halftime break. And honestly, I expect them to keep going to Kyle Emerson as long as until Stanberry can prove that they can slow him down, which I don't really know if anybody can completely stop him. Maybe they can slow him down enough to try and get back into this game. But I said it earlier, it can be predictable if you're going to keep going to Emerson, but he's just so fast if you can get it in his hands and find creative ways to.
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. I mean, he scored 3 different times, and all 3 have been different ways.
Yeah.
He's done it on just a regular reverse, did it on a little bit of a fancier reverse, I guess you would call it, with Klein running out to the left and then pitching it back to Emerson. And really, nobody stayed home for Stanberry on that one because the entire right side of the field was open. And as soon as Emerson turned the corner, saw that there was nobody, he knew he was taking that one to the house. And then also his other one came on a little bubble screen pass. And that's exactly where I think Emerson could really do his most damage. Little bubble screens, little slant patterns across the middle. But also, every once in a while, you've got to take that shot, little stutter step, make it fake like you're cutting back in on a little curl, and then you take off, and he can really provide separation that way because, remember, he is the fastest man in Missouri 8-man football because he was the winner of the Class 1 100 and 200-meter runs last year for Albany.
Yeah, exactly. And so they just have to keep getting creative. Just keep feeding him. The Warriors are very fortunate to where they've got that second playmaker they can go to, because Emerson, he's made big plays all throughout the season, but he has not had a role this big in any of the games, just because they keep going to Mercer. If you have a running back that good and you can keep handing him the ball for 200 yards a game, you're going to keep doing that. So he's gotten big plays here and there, but not like this. It's been great to see him really explode and having a game more like the type of game we saw him have last year, where it seemed like he was involved on every big play the Warriors had.
Remember, kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. And kicking off for the Bulldogs will be Ellie Dias, back again to receive the kick deep is Kyle Emerson at his 10. Dias' other kickoff was a little onsider, and that's exactly what they do. And right there to recover for the Warriors is Jay Anthony.
So the Warriors will get the ball to start the second half, and we'll see here if they can keep that offensive momentum going. So far, they've really done a nice job of – it seems like they've gotten better and better as the games went on offensively, so we'll see if they can keep that trend going.
1st and 10 for the Warriors on their own 39-yard line. As Klein will take the snap in the shotgun to his right is going to be Martin. Behind him is Schaefer, and the Warriors are going to change the line at the – or change the play at the line of scrimmage. And Schaefer, a little stutter step, and takes this one across into Stanberry territory right near the 30-yard line down to the 31. That is going to be enough for an Albany Warriors. Schultz first down. Fuel your car and body at Schultz Convenience Store off US 136 to keep you moving like the Warriors are keeping this drive moving. Haven't really had too many Schultz first downs yet tonight, because every time the Warriors, kind of like last week, kind of every time they got the ball, it's more like a big touchdown rather than a first down. And a botched handoff again as Schaefer will fall on it. As the handoff there between Klein and Martin falls to the ground, Schaefer falls on it on the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it was crazy. Last week the Warriors only had a 2 or 3 red zone possessions, but won the game by 50 points. And it's been a lot of the same here in this game, just because their offense has been so explosive.
So it is a 2nd and long here for the Warriors. Handoff will go to Schaefer. Cuts it back inside. Now back outside, and he is going to take this one down inside the 25-yard line of the Bulldogs. As Schaefer with some good running brings it down to about the 22-yard line.
And this is smart by the Warriors. They're getting Schaefer going. No doubt the threat of Emerson is always on the mind of every team. So if you can really exploit that and open up some things for your other players, and then mix in those shots to Kyle Emerson, that's when Albany's at their best.
It's a 3rd and 1, and the handoff to Martin, and he will take it across the 20-yard line down to the 18. Enough for another Albany Warriors. Schultz first down. Fuel your car and body at Schultz Convenience Store off US 136 to keep you moving like the Warriors are keeping this drive moving. Not quite 2 minutes gone off the play clock to start the second half. Warriors lead 30-6. Martin to the left of his quarterback, Klein. And again, he'll take the handoff, trying to cut it to the outside, cuts it back, and he is going to take this one, reaches for the end zone, and gets in. Touchdown, Warriors. Cameron Martin stretched out his arms, gets into the end zone, and then the Warriors lead here by 36-6 with 9:53 left in the third. Remember, you can score a touchdown, too, when you list your home United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons.
Nice run by Cameron there on that play, and really nice job at the end there to stretch the ball just across the goal line. And a great start for the Warriors. Kyle Emerson didn't touch the ball once on that drive, and they drove right down the field and scored anyway.
So Klein will take the snap here for the 2-point conversion. Martin again to his left. Faking the handoff to Martin. Klein gets tripped up but falls into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. And the Warriors lead 38-6, 9:53 left in the third. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Have you looked at Pettyjohn Auto Center lately? We're a full-service Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Buick, Chevrolet, and GMC dealer. And we're located right here in Bethany and Albany. No matter what you need when it comes to your vehicle, we've got you covered. Factory-certified technicians, OEM and aftermarket parts, and our state-of-the-art body shop, Pettyjohn Collision Center. Plus, vehicle financing options for every budget. So the next time you need anything related to your car, truck, SUV, or van, we're here to help. To schedule service or shop our entire new and used inventory online, visit pettyjohnauto.com. That's pettyjohnauto.com.
Jace Palmer set to kick it off here for the Warriors. And again, this one will take a high bounce, picked up at the 21 here by Heidi. And he will be taken down at the 30-yard line. It's Chase Klein and Porter Runnels there on the stop. Remember, kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396.
Well, early in the game, the Bulldogs were really taking a methodical approach, taking their time, obviously trying to really win the time of possession battle and control the clock. Well, you're down 38-6 now, so that strategy really isn't going to work out for them here, so they're going to have to kind of quicken the pace a little bit here. Not necessarily have to pass the ball that much. They just got to be a little bit quicker in their plays.
And the handoff to Heidi breaks loose, and he's going to be tackled as Emerson wraps him up at the ankles, and Heidi down just shy of midfield, down at the Stanberry 39-yard line, will bring up a 2nd and 9.
Good run there to start off the second half for Decker Heidi. He kind of got slowed down a little bit there at the end of the first half, but he gets off to a good start here in the second half and gets this into a very second and manageable.
He had 89 yards just in that first half, as Adcock will get the handoff, and he will push forward, and he'll have enough to get a first down as his momentum will be stopped after a gain of 3 just across Albany's side of the field to the Albany 38-yard line. And that is going to be enough for a Bulldog first down.
Well, nice pushback by the Warriors there, but unfortunately for them, Heidi really did a nice job of setting up the Bulldogs there for that second down, and Adcock didn't really need that much. He got just enough for the first down.
8:53 left to play here in the third quarter, 38-6, Albany with the lead. Parman again underneath center for the Bulldogs. Pitch out to the right to Heidi, and he is going to be pushed out of bounds there by Emerson right at about the 35-yard line. They're going to mark him actually down at the 36, so a gain of just 2 on the carry there by Heidi. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 8. So again, Drew Parman will take the snap. And again, about got the Warriors to jump off sides as Heidi waiting behind his line for something to open up, and he will take it down to the 30-yard line. A gain, that time of 6, will bring up a 3rd and 2.
Looked like Heidi was going to try and extend that ball to get close to a first down, but thought better of it as Cameron Martin was coming in hot to try and tip that one away, kind of brought it back. So didn't get quite as close to a first down, but still 3rd and short here. We'll see if Stanberry can convert.
I formation for the Bulldogs. Hand off to the fullback, Adcock. He breaks out of the skirmish at the line of scrimmage and will be just shy of the 25-yard line. Still enough for another first down here for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10 Bulldogs from the Albany 26-yard line. So a 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. As time continues to tick away, Stanberry used up a lot of time in the first half, starting that here in the third quarter as well. As Parman will hand this one off to Heidi. They're going to get a hold called here against the Bulldogs, as Heidi will pick up about a yard there on the play, but penalty flags flying in for a hold, and it is going to go against the Bulldogs.
And those penalties are drive killers. Stanberry was driving the ball down the field. Now they're going to be pushed back several yards and behind the 8 ball now.
The hold occurred at the line of scrimmage. So this will push them back to the Albany 36-yard line. And it will be a 1st and 20 upcoming.
Yeah, and that really hurts when you're kind of dinking and dunking your way down the field, getting gains of 4 and 5. That's not going to work here on 1st and 20.
So again, the freshman Parman underneath center pitches it out to the right. And on the carry is Adcock as he'll pick up about 2 yards there on the play. As he gets it across the 35-yard line down to the 34 is Zane Rippey there on the stop for the Warriors. Second and 18 coming. 7:10 left here in this third quarter of play. Warriors lead by 32 points, 38-6. Again, Parman under center. And he's looking to pass. Deep down the middle and wide open for Stanberry. That time was the junior Vincent Smithson, but is unable to pull in the pass. That was a sure touchdown for the Bulldogs as Martin got beat on coverage that time. Or maybe it was Emerson. I said both of them were kind of about 5 yards away as Smithson found an opening but unable to cash in.
Yeah, and those are the types of plays that Albany was getting beat on last week. Princeton was a very good passing team. Stanberry doesn't do it a lot here. They weren't able to make Albany pay there, but definitely a lucky break for the Warriors.
Parman on 3rd and 18 looking to pass yet again. Again, pressure, and it's Shea Miller this time. Gets in on the Hy-Vee sack party. Remember, you can fill all your grocery sack at your tailgating favorites, your local Albany Hy-Vee.
And it goes back to that holding penalty that the Bulldogs got. It got them behind the 8 ball. They tried to run on 1st and 20, didn't get very much. That put them in a very unfavorable position, and they had to try and take some shots. They had a chance, couldn't make Albany pay, and then right there, Shea Miller with a huge sack on 3rd down, and Stanberry's going to be forced to punt.
Remember, don't fumble the punt on your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396 on a 4th and 21. Braden Dias will kick this one. It's going to take a Stanberry bounce inside the 10, and it will roll dead at the 6. And that is where the Warriors will have to take over on this next drive.
Well, Albany coming back out on offense, and in that second quarter, Kyle Emerson was really the hero of the story, and then coming out here in the second half on that first drive, the Warriors really just drove down the field, and Kyle Emerson didn't touch the ball once. So
that was Keegan Schaefer, Cameron Martin that finally finished it off.
So it'll be interesting to see here what they go to. They've really done a nice job of while Kyle Emerson has gotten a heavy load, they're still balancing their offensive output really well.
And this is about the same area where Klein ran his touchdown in, as Klein looking to pass deep for Emerson. And he's going to catch this at the 40-yard line, and we're going to count this one as a 74-yard touchdown pass from Chase Klein to Kyle Emerson. Remember, you can score a touchdown too when you list your home with the United Country Nelson real estate agent, Tammy Wynn Siddons. 74 yards that time from Klein to Emerson.
Yeah, and the DB there for Stanberry just kind of frustrated because
they were doing some hand checking, and between them both, there was no penalty called, and it just coming away with it was Emerson.
Yeah, and I think part of the frustration just comes from what can you do in that situation. Yeah. He was backed up really far, and there's just not much you can do. Emerson's just so fast.
2-point conversion attempt. Handoff will go to Schaefer. Gets his way into the end zone. 2-point conversion is good. And it is a lead here for the Warriors, 46-6. Albany has scored 40 unanswered with 5:50 left to play here in the third quarter. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Your hometown Albany Hy-Vee is your tailgate headquarters for all of your fall sports. Whether you're going to tailgate at the games or just want to enjoy the same foods at home, your Albany Hy-Vee has you covered. So make a big play by getting all of your tailgating goodies before the next big play happens at your local Albany Hy-Vee.
Where there's a helpful smile in every eye.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. 5:50 left to play here in the third quarter. Jace Palmer kicking off for the Warriors. Remember, kick off your future retirement. Contact Smith Prudential Financial Services, 660-726-3396. So Palmer will kick off from his own 30-yard line. Again, Decker Heidi back inside his own 20-yard line at about the 17. And this one going to be picked up at about the 31 here by Braden Dias. And he's going to return it to about the 36 or 37-yard line. And we're going to have a running clock with a 40-point lead here for the Warriors. They will start on the 37-yard line here on their own side of the field for the Bulldogs. 1st and 10. Again, 5:29 left to play here in this third quarter. Parman underneath center. Faking the handoff, looking to pass. And it's going to go over the head that time of Braden Dias and out of the hands of Jay Anthony, who had the ball, just couldn't pull it in.
Yeah, throw was a little bit behind Jay Anthony there. Would have been a great catch. He was able to haul it in. But Stanberry now finds himself down now 40 points. And last drive, they were able to kind of get some sustained runs, really moving the ball down the field. But what was the end of the drive? It was a holding penalty that drove them back. So they got to try and clean up those penalties and not hurt themselves.
I formation handoff will go to Heidi, trying to bounce it to the outside, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds across midfield down at the 37-yard line here of Albany.
Yeah, other than maybe a few drives there at the end of the second quarter, Decker Heidi's had a pretty good game, running the ball efficiently, getting about 4 or 5 yards a carry. So as long as Stanberry doesn't hurt themselves, they've been able to move the ball pretty effectively with Heidi. Now, they only have 6 points because they've kind of faltered in the red zone or they've hurt themselves with the holding penalty. But overall, they've done a pretty decent enough job at moving the ball on offense.
4.3 yards per carry here for Heidi. 26 rushes, 112 yards. Heidi again. This time going to bounce it out to the outside yet again and going to be pushed out of bounds just shy of the 30-yard line down at the 31 as Emerson pushes him out of bounds.
Yeah, he's not going for big runs, but if you can get 4 yards a carry like he's averaging, you're picking up a first down every 3 plays. So now Stanberry is down 40 with a running clock, so it's not going to be effective in winning this game, but still moving the ball, doing well, trying to gain some confidence here.
1st and 10 for the Bulldogs from the Albany 31-yard line. Parman underneath center in the shotgun. Hand off to Heidi. And he's going to be hit by Jay Anthony and then Klein as his momentum finally stopped, but not before he gets inside the Albany 30-yard line down to the 27, a gain, again, of 4 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 6. Again, clock continues to run here in a 40-point ball game. 3 minutes left and a timeout going to be called here by the Bulldogs. And we're back after this Petty John Auto Center timeout here on Albany TV. Check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com.
Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is here to help you with all of your DIY projects. Whether you're doing a home remodel, some repair work, a painting job, or a plumbing job, Hogue Lumber Company's dedicated staff can help you get the materials that you need to do the job right. Hogue Lumber Company in Albany is your trusted hometown hardware store and lumber yard for more than 4 decades.
Not actually a timeout, as it was an official's timeout, and getting the football there is Adcock as he'll rush this out to across the 25-yard line down to the 24. It'll be gain of 3 on the carry that time by Cooper Adcock. So it was an official's timeout, I believe, and equipment malfunction for one of the Stanberry players had to come off. So get that fixed. So now a 3rd and 3 here for the Bulldogs with just about 2:05 left in the third quarter. Trailing 40, 6-6. Hand off to Dias, and he's going to break out of a tackle and run out of bounds as Cameron Martin took the brunt of that hit as Dias takes out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Yeah, nice job by Dias to really invite that contact there and just bounced off.
Wasn't it?
I thought it was Dias. Maybe it was
yes,
Heidi.
it was Dias, sorry.
Yeah, it just kind of bounced off of that tackle there from Martin. That's if you're a fan of old school football, you really love runs like that.
So again, Parman will go underneath center. Adcock in the backfield with him. And it's going to be a pitch out to Adcock, and he's going to get wrapped up by Rippey immediately. And they will mark him down just shy of the 20-yard line. It'll be a loss of about 2 yards there on the play by Adcock.
Yeah, now Stanberry in a little bit of trouble here. They got to try and get those yards back. Whenever they get pushed back on that first play of that set of downs, that's when they start to kind of get in a little bit of trouble and not being able to convert.
A 2nd and 12, Parman under center, and again we're going to have a false start here on the Bulldogs, and that's going to push them back 5 more yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 17.
Another self-inflicted wound by Stanberry. They already were in trouble because they got pushed back. Now they're going to be pushed back 5 more yards, and that's kind of the same story from that last drive. They were driving down the field, and then a penalty drove them back, got them behind the 8 ball. They're not the greatest team in trying to pass the ball, so it really puts them behind the 8 ball, and it's hard for them to get those yards back.
And Heidi will rush this one out to the right side, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of about 1 or 2. It's Shea Miller there on the stop that time for the Warriors, and that is going to be the final play here of the third quarter. And we will be back with more in a moment as Albany leads 46-40. They've scored 40 unanswered. We're back, or 46 unanswered. We're back more in a moment here on Albany TV.
In life, as in football, there's nothing like a good coach to help you achieve your goals. Someone you can turn to for guidance. Someone with a game plan to help you build up the financial strength you need for retirement, family security, and life. With a Prudential financial professional, that's what you get. Someone who can help you build a financial strategy.
To get started, contact Nick Smith, a financial advisor with Prudential at 660-726-3396.
Thank you for watching this Albany TV broadcast. Make sure to leave a like and don't forget to turn on your notifications to never miss out on a broadcast like this one. If you want to be a part of our broadcast or have any comments about this broadcast, contact us by messaging us on Facebook. Thank you again for watching.
And welcome back out again here to Albany. As we get ready to start fourth quarter action, it'll be Stanberry football 3rd and 15 from their own 24-yard line, or from the Albany 24-yard line. And again, as soon as the clock starts, it will be a continuous clock with stoppages only for timeouts, touchdowns, and I believe change of possessions. Parman underneath center, and again, a flag will fly for a false start here against the Bulldogs. And this is going to push them back even farther. And it'll be a 3rd and 20.
Yeah, those are starting to pile up here for Stanberry, and that's the type of stuff as a coach that even though they've kind of fallen out of this game, you still want to try and play as clean a football as you can. You don't want to get into any bad habits. And right now, as this game's gone along, Stanberry's kind of hurt themselves more and more.
So taking the snap will be Parman. Pitch out to the left to Heidi. And he's going to be pulled down by Andrew Wiles inside the 25-yard line down to the 23. It'll be a gain of 6, but it's going to put him up to a 4th and 14. They will go for it this close to the end zone because a punt isn't going to give Albany that much better or that much worse a field position. And again, a win tonight for the Warriors will be the first time in 8-man football that the Warriors have gone to 7-0, and it would be the 60th win for Albany in 8-man football. Underneath center, Parman will take the snap, looking to pass, pressure, and he is going to be knocked down. Ball is loose, but Harmon is able to recover it. But it is going to be a sack there for the Warriors, and it's a mixture of Rippey and Miller. Back down to the 29-yard line. Remember, fill your grocery sack with all your tailgating favorites, your tailgate headquarters, your Albany Hy-Vee.
Another big sack there by the Warriors to end the drive for Stanberry. And now as the clock continues to run, we're almost at 10 minutes left. They can really do a number on this clock with some long sustained runs.
And a timeout is going to be called here by the Warriors. That'll be their first Petty John Auto Center timeout. We'll be back with more in a moment with 9:58 left here in this fourth quarter. When we come back in a moment, I believe we're going to see some backups for the Warriors in a moment.
If you are in the market of buying or selling your home, farm, or hunting property, contact Tammy Wynn Siddons of United Country Nelson Real Estate. Tammy and the entire team of agents at United Country Nelson Real Estate in Gentry, Harrison, Mercer, Worth, and Davies counties can help you find the right property for your needs. Call Tammy Wynn Siddons today to buy or sell your property at 660-726-8104. Check out all of United Country Nelson Real Estate's current listings at nelsonsoldit.com.
Petty John Auto Center in Bethany and Albany is a proud sponsor of Albany TV. Petty John's is your local Ford, Lincoln, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC dealer. For new and used vehicles, certified service, and collision center, visit pettyjohnauto.com.
Palmer will take the snap for the Warriors. Handoff will go to Trevor Akins, and he will pick up some yardage here for the Warriors, down just shy of the 35-yard line, down to the 34. So Trevor Akins going to get a little bit of action here for the first time since week number 3 of the season when he got injured, and he'll come out after that first play as they'll put him down to the 34-yard line, a gain of 5 on that first carry from Trevor Akins. Good to see him back out in the field for the Warriors. So again, Palmer takes the snap, and it's going to be a handoff. And there on the carry is Gavin Pickering as he takes it across midfield down to the 38-yard line here of Stanberry as Gavin Pickering picks up an Albany Warriors Schultz first down. Fuel your car and body at Schultz Convenience Store off US 136 to keep you moving like the Warriors are keeping this drive moving as well as the clock as they lead 46-6 here at home on homecoming with just underneath 9 minutes left to play here in this fourth quarter. Again, Pickering, the deep back here for the Warriors. And again, he's going to get the carry and get hit in the backfield to be a loss of 1 on the play. There on the stop, look to be Hudson Groomer. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 as Pickering got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, now Pickering comes off for Danner. We see this when the JV comes out for Albany. Him and Danner kind of swap out just about every other play at running back.
Palmer will take the snap with 8:05 left on the game clock. Palmer, broken play, trying to keep it himself, trying to carry the Stanberry defenders, and they're going to stop momentum for a loss of about a yard. Well, one of them has for a loss of a yard. The other one has a gain of a yard, and they're going to give him a gain of a yard here on the play.
Well, nice effort there by Palmer to even get a yard out of that. That something went wrong with that play. I think it might have been supposed to be a handoff or something because Palmer did not look ready to run with that football and was able to kind of just muscle his way across the line of scrimmage for a gain of 1 and get something out of it.
3rd and 9 upcoming, 7.5 left to play in the fourth quarter, 46-6, Albany with the lead. Palmer will take the snap. Handoff will go this time to Carter Danner as he's going to take it just shy of the 35-yard line down to the 34 for a gain of 3 yards. Or actually going to put him just shy of the 35, almost to the 36, only a gain of about a yard there for Danner.
So Warriors going to go for here on 4th down. It is 4th and about 7 or 8. So we'll see here what they dial up here. New unit out on the field. It'll be interesting to see who they go to, who they trust to make a play on 4th down.
Jared Owens will be lined up wide to the left here for the Warriors. Palmer will take the snap, rolling out to his right. Has an open man and catching it, but not going to be close enough to the first down is Clayton Griffin, as he's going to get lit up just shy of the 30-yard line, down to the 31. A gain, though, of 5, but it will be a turnover on downs here for the Warriors.
Man, Griffin took a big hit right as soon as he caught that ball, and that's the first time in his career that he's caught a pass and caught a big hit there by Stanberry, and that's a big play on 4th down to get Albany off the field.
And a timeout is going to be called here by the Warriors, a Petty John Auto Center timeout. Make sure to check out Petty John Auto Center on Facebook or online at pettyjohnauto.com. Also like to say a big thank you to Gage Iddings. It was a pleasure to call your high school career as well. Thank you for those kind words. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Schultz Convenience Store on 136 in Albany has everything you need to keep you running. Schultz has coffee and gas to get you moving in the morning. Fountain Pop, sandwiches, and Champ's Chicken to fuel your lunchtime hunger. They also carry candy and ice cream to keep you awake during the afternoon. At night, Schultz adult beverages and scratchers to help you unwind. That's Schultz Convenience Store in Albany, where they can fuel you up in more ways than one.
6:17 remains here in the ball game as the Warriors are looking to go to 7-0 and pick up their 60th career 8-man victory and cement themselves again to stay atop the GRC West and District number 7. High formation and a botch snap, and it's going to be picked up and run here by the Stanberry quarterback across midfield, and I believe it was Jaron Stoll. That's in at quarterback. He rushed that one across the 40-yard line down to the 37 of Stanberry, or of Albany.
Well, Stolden, nice effort there by Stoll to just kind of make something out of that play. Botch snap there, and he just picks it up and charges forward.
A botch snap equals a 12-yard first down for the Bulldogs, as the handoff this time is going to go to Max Hilton, and he's going to be stopped as he crosses about the 25-yard line down to the 23. As Jared Owens on the stop that time for the Warriors. Another first down here for the Bulldogs. So 5:18 left to play. 46-6. Albany with the lead. And a 1st and 10 for Stanberry. I formation again. Jaron Stoll will go underneath center. And the Warriors are going to jump off sides. And it's only about time. I mean, it was going to happen eventually. They've been jumping on the past couple, and this time they get called for the offside as they cross that neutral zone.
Yeah, and again, that's very frustrating for a coach. Even though we do have a new unit out here, they almost jumped off sides on the last play, and making the same mistakes more than once is very frustrating for a coach.
And the handoff goes to Ellie Dias as she tries to bounce it to the outside, and she's going to be taken down shy of the 10-yard line. There on the stop was Kendrick Katz there on the stop, as she takes it down to the 11-yard line there for Dias. Couple of big runs here by the Stanberry backups. And another first down for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, they've both been getting out to the edge, one on the right side and one on the left side, and just trying to get some speed out there and some open field to try and make a play, and they've done a nice job on those last couple of plays.
And Stoll will hand this one off to Hilton again, and he's going to be hit this time at the line of scrimmage. There on the stop, looked to be Dylan Anthony. And Carter Danner as well there on the stop as well. It'll be a loss of a yard, brings up a 2nd and 11. From the Albany 12-yard line, 3:25 remains here in this fourth quarter. 46-6, Albany with the lead. Handoff to Dias, and she's going to get lit up as soon as she gets the handoff. There on the stop that time for the Warriors was Gonzalo, the foreign exchange student, back at the line of scrimmage.
Man, that was a big hit. And I wish it was I kind of wish it was the other foreign exchange student Albany had,
Big
so I
T.
could make a rugby reference, because that was a rugby hit right there.
Yeah, I said Gonzalo. Well, Gonzalo is the one that I believe played rugby.
Okay, so there we go. That's a rugby hit right there.
So 2:40 left to play here in the fourth quarter. Pitch out to the left here again for Ellie Dias. And trying to cut it back inside, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And we'll see where they mark her down. They're going to mark her down at the 9-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 4th and 8. And again, Stanberry can get a first down without scoring, but they need to get it down inside the 1-yard line. 2:05 left here in the ball game, 46-6. Albany with the lead. Stoll under center. Dias in the backfield. This time a pitch out to the right. And trying to cut it back inside, and she's going to be knocked down inside the 10, but a flag flies. Now 2 flags fly. I said I think there was a hold, but I think there was also something else. They are going to call a hold against the Bulldogs, and Albany will decline the penalty as Stanberry will turn the ball over on downs inside the 10-yard line.
Well, I actually think it's offsetting penalties, and they'll replay 4th down.
Oh, okay. So there was a hold. I think there was also maybe a face mask. Maybe it was the other one. Because there was one flag that flew way after the play.
Yeah.
And I think that was to kind of counteract them, because there was definitely a hold that was not called originally.
Yeah, there was a big hold, and they got a late face mask on Albany too.
So I formation for the Bulldogs from the 9-yard line. Stoll looking to pass for the end zone and unable to haul in the pass that time is Max Hilton. And that is pretty well going to do it here for the Bulldogs and the game with now underneath a minute left. We'll see if the Warriors are going to be able to have to take a snap. I don't know if they're going to have to or not. So they have not yet started the play clock. There are 35 seconds left. Okay, they are going to have to take one snap. There's a 10-second differential between the play clock and the game clock. And I believe the Warriors are just going to kneel this one out. As going underneath center is going to be Jace Palmer. And for the second consecutive week, the backups for Albany will take a kneel, and Albany will move to 7-0 on the season, and they have their 60th win in 8-man football. We'll be back with our BTC Bank postgame, and who tonight Winter Circle Trophy and Awards North player of the game is going to be here in just a moment as the Warriors win 46-6 on 46 unanswered points after losing star running back Elliott Mercer on the first offensive play of the game for the Warriors. We're back with more in a moment here on Albany TV.
Show your school spirit with a BTC Bank school mascot debit card. Choose the card that fits your favorite local school, and you can earn that school extra cash. Available for new accounts or replacement cards for an existing account. Visit one of BTC Bank locations and get your school mascot debit card today, where they can instantly issue your new card. BTC Bank, community-minded just like you. Member FDIC.
Community-minded just like you. BTC Bank.
Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North in Albany is your hometown trophy and award shop. Winter Circle North makes all kinds of trophies for sports, car shows, livestock shows, baby shows, and more. Winter Circle North also does plaques of all sizes and kinds. Want something unique? Winter Circle North has you covered with sublimation gifts and acrylic awards. To order your trophies, awards, or one-of-a-kind items, call Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North at 816-632-5599 or find them on Facebook at Winter Circle North.
And welcome back out again here to Albany as the Warriors move to 7-0 with a 46-6 victory tonight in the Grand River Conference West over Stanberry. Remember tonight's postgame brought to you by BTC Bank. BTC Bank, community-minded, just like you. Let's take a look at the stats here from the ball game. Offensively, starting for the Warriors, passing tonight. Chase Klein, 3 for 4 for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jace Palmer, 1 for 1 for 5 yards. Receiving tonight, Kyle Emerson, 3 catches, 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. Clayton Griffin, 1 catch for 5 yards. Rushing the ball tonight, Chase Klein led the way. 6 carries, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Kyle Emerson, 2 carries for 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. Keegan Schaefer, 5 carries for 31 yards. Cameron Martin, 3 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Gavin Pickering, 2 carries for 7 yards. Trevor Akins, 1 carry for 5 yards. Elliott Mercer, the 1 carry tonight for 4 yards and a fumble. Jace Palmer, 1 carry for 2 yards. Carter Danner, 1 carry for 1 yard. For Stanberry passing tonight, Drew Parman goes 1 for 6 for -3 yards passing. Jaron Stoll 0 for 1 passing tonight. Receiving, Decker Heidi has 1 catch for -3 yards. Rushing tonight, Decker Heidi led the way for the Bulldogs. 30 carries, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Cooper Adcock right behind him, 12 carries for 36 yards. Max Hilton, 2 carries for 13 yards. Jaron Stoll, 1 carry for 12 yards. Ellie Dias, 3 carries for 10 yards. Braden Dias, 2 carries for 7 yards. Connor Kehoe, 1 carry for -2 yards. That was on a fumble recovery. And then Drew Parman, 3 carries for -14 yards. And, Brett, it was a game which saw the Warriors lose their star sophomore running back, Elliott Mercer, on the first play of on the first offensive play for the Warriors. Fumbled the football. Stanberry took advantage, got 6 points up on the board. Albany offense and defense kind of discombobulated after that. Stanberry takes a 6-0 lead going into the second quarter. And after the little bit of timeout there between quarters, Albany able to recollect themselves. They go on a 46-point stretch there unanswered and come away with a 40-point victory tonight here on homecoming.
Yeah, exactly. I do think that break in between quarters you've mentioned a couple of times, that really was huge. And anytime you have a set of drives in one quarter where the team is not really doing too much, then you have the break in between quarters, and then they come out and look like a completely different team. That really is a testament to the coaching staff of the Warriors. They were able to calm the nerves of the Albany Warriors after Mercer went down with that injury, and they looked like they didn't even skip a beat without Mercer. Obviously, they want him back as soon as possible, but they were able to adjust without him. Kyle Emerson was big in this game. Stepped up and made those big explosive plays that you need in any football game to make in order to come away with the win. And like you said, after that first quarter break, they looked like a whole different team.
Yeah, and again for the Warriors, their first time going to 7-0 in their career at 8-man. Again, their 60th career win in 8-man. Coach Doug Fountain had win number 50 last year. They had 9 wins the first year in 8-man football under head coach Alan Gatula. So, again, 60 career wins in 8-man football for the Warriors. Big win again tonight here on homecoming against cross-county rival just down the road in Stanberry. And for the Warriors, 46-6. Let's go ahead and give away our Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North Player of the Game. Remember, tonight's Player of the Game sponsored by Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North. Winter Circle North in Albany has all of your trophies, awards, medals, plaques, and everything else you might need for your next event or celebration. With Elliott Mercer going down early, you kind of have to rely on some of your playmakers. Albany did go to their big playmaker, and it was Kyle Emerson. Had 2 carries for 82 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 catches, 124 yards, and 1 touchdown on the night. So just over 200 yards of total offense, 3 touchdowns on really just 5, I believe it was 5 touches on offense tonight for Kyle Emerson.
Yeah, and that's honestly the closest game that he's had to some of the stuff that he did last year. I remember watching him early in the season last year. It seemed like he would only have like 4 or 5 touches, but 100-plus yards and 200 yards from scrimmage every game. This year with the emergence of Elliott Mercer, he hasn't had a game to that level. Now Mercer was out tonight. He stepped up and had a game much like he had last year. And credit to Chase Klein as well. He delivered some dimes on those deep balls down the field. So obviously you need a quarterback to be able to deliver good passes, and he did that tonight as well. So
and added a 73-yard touchdown run to it as well.
Yeah, exactly. So after that kind of stalling of the offense, once Mercer went down, the Warriors really responded well, and that's really the type of things that you love to see. The best teams respond well to adversity like that. And that's exactly what the Warriors did tonight. They moved to 7-0, their best start in school history in 8-man, and things are looking good for the Warriors. Obviously, how long Mercer will be out is the biggest question coming out tonight. You hope it's not too long, if any time at all, but we'll just have to wait and see as more information comes out.
And Warriors will go on the road next week. They'll have a tough test, and a Pattonsburg team that likes to put the ball in the air. Warriors not always the best at defending that ball in the air, so it'll be a tough test for them next week at Pattonsburg. And then week number 9 at home for senior night. They're going to have another tough test in the GRC. Even though the records might not say their teams are the best or, whatever, but in the GRC it's a dogfight week in and week out. Every team can beat any other team on any given Friday night. And it will be a tough test for the Warriors week 8, week 9 to see if they can remain undefeated heading into district play. Remember, we will not have any more broadcasts for softball for the regular season because they will be on the road on Monday at East Buchanan. They will also be tomorrow in Princeton for the tournament, the George Skurlock tournament over in Princeton. We will not have that tomorrow, but announced this week we will be calling Misha postseason games. We will not be showing the video. We will show the scoreboard during those games, but we will be calling the game like we would a radio broadcast or something like that. So we will have those Misha events for you here on Albany TV, thanks to some of our amazing sponsors that are going to help bring you those games through the Misha postseason. So we're real happy to bring those back to you here for Misha postseason. But again, video will be of the scoreboard only, and it will be called like a game on the radio because we are not allowed to show the playing surface unless we go through the Misha.tv, which therefore you would have to pay $10. We would rather give it to you for free here on our Albany TV Facebook page. But again, thanks to Misha for allowing us to kind of sidestep that a little bit, bring those games to you for free on the Albany TV Facebook page. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors in this game to help you bring you tonight's broadcast. BTC Bank, Petty John Auto Center, Winter Circle Trophies and Awards North, Hoag's Lumber Company in Albany, the Albany Hy-Vee and Smith Insurance and Smith Prudential in Albany, United Country Nelson Real Estate and Auction Company, Agent Tammy Wynn-Siddons in Albany, Schultz Convenience Store along with Johnson Controls, the Briar Patch on the west side of the square in Albany, along with Raymond Smith Body Shop, Sublime Flamingo Boutique LLC in Albany, East Fork Lodge and Legacy Event Center along with Papa's Family Restaurant in Albany, Shadowfax on 136 in Albany, Brown Plumbing, the City of Albany, Mosaic Medical Center, Williams Construction, the Albany Booster Club, the Albany and Stanberry School Districts, and the Premier New Shopper located in Albany. Also like to thank our family sponsors, the Tom and Rhonda Schneider family, the Donnie and Nancy Stevens family, the Dustin Trimble and Missy Martin family for their favorite senior, Cameron Martin, the Ryan and Heather Locklear family for their favorite senior, Kaylee Locklear, the Bush Pilots, the family of Brent and Vicky Klein, Tara, Brad, and Cole Emerson. For Kyle Emerson and Randy and Cindy Klein, want to wish the Warriors the best of luck this season. For myself, Jared Rolvis, and color analyst for the night, Brett Williams, so long and good night tonight here from Albany.